sleeping in a cardboard box, spending every dollar at the liquor shop. And even though I know I haven't got a lot, I'll try to give you love until the day you drop.
I've been training like a Pavlov dog. Let my independence out to take a hike. All you gotta do is activate my bill, and I'll fetch you anything you like. Going once, going twice. Every man here has a price. Over where? Over there. Sold to not a single lady in here.
I've been in like 1,000 times, dated every woman in the atmosphere. I've been to every continent, broken all the hearts in every hemisphere.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing?
Just remember not to love you when I deserve. I graduated at the top. I like to take advantage of the bourgeoisie. So if you have a fantasy of being a queen, maybe you should know a couple bucks on me.
Going once, going twice. Won't these
Alright, well, hello. How we doing? Not bad, that's good, that's good.
any motions anywhere? Going twice, going thrice. Guess this means we're
All the time, the lady.
I promise I'll be all you need, ever need. You'll never have to shop around. Don't shop around. And I'll give you all you ever need.
Ever need. Guys, we're talking about BlaseBall today.
I will never let
Ooh, BlaseBall.
you down. Don't worry, I will never
Let you down.
So many ladies are wanting romance and the prospect of good, but the days never break. Over here, over there, over where, anywhere. They're too busy with paying the bidding to
Melody soul. Bum, bum. Ooh, it's gonna be a weird one. It's so muggy today? Oh, dude, I know. Oh, I worked in it. Ugh, it was gross.
Life isn't quite
What I thought I'd be when I was a kid on VOIP.
thought when I get older.
Like, it was a relief when it started raining. I feel like, oh my god.
And I work in an office 9 till 5's not the best, I'll be honest. If I could change a single thing, I'd make it me and not him.
He's in your bed and I'm in your Twitch chat. I got the key and he's just a doormat. Even though he's got social skills,
That doesn't mean I can't
pay the bills.
anyway make the
Yeah, I was at work today.
she moves
We were waxing a boat. We had to finish the entire boat.
Your new boyfriend's an asshole.
Is that common or what's common? I'm in your Twitch chat. This is True Atlas. That level of muggy? Not really.
I've met Jared. Of course I met
I'm in your bed.
you away from me.
Not really.
Hit it off instantly.
It's pretty gross.
I know, 'cause you won't
Usually it
stop
just
telling
rains, you know?
me. I've seen his jawline, shoulders, and muscles push against his fashion sense. I've thought
Not about what
he
it looks like nude.
Not gay though.
Not gay though. Not gay in the month of Pride? Hello?
Oh, she's
Living the dream from back when we were 17.
she's living a dream.
Oh, my homies hate Jared. I'm gay for Jared? You would be.
From back when we were
I mean, Jared is apparently very fine, so you know.
I'll be safe when I'm one click away from insane. I just think that I deserve a little bit of what I earn.
We love
Not
the
gonna
character
make another
Wilbur Soot
scene.
in these like
When I was
incel songs
23,
being
not allowed in
bisexual.
Disney World.
Because, like, come on now. At least you can get the boat done. We did get the boat done.
But he's in your
Bed and I'm in your Twitch chat. Bum, 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 bum.
I've got the key and
He's just a doormat. Bum, 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 bum. No, he's got social skills. It doesn't mean I can't pay the bills. Anyway, make the most of it. She won't already bloody quick. Oh, oh. New boyfriend's an asshole. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Here goes another plane. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of planes. I legit wasn't even doing anything other than driving. It was like hella sweating. Oh, dude, like for real. Think about him as well. Maybe if he wasn't fine as hell. Your beauty and your grace. Your telephone calls are my favorite place, and I want you to notice me. With no restraining order, please. Much airport? Yup. There be planes at the airport. Want to smell your hair. Oh, to Costco? Yo, what did we get at Costco? I bought toilet paper. Nice. Alright, last song. If you guys want to know what the vibes of BlaseBall is, this is the vibes.
Redesign your logo.
Lemon Demon is the vibe, not necessarily this song, just Lemon Demon in general.
Everything's connected. Time is
Of the essence,
we live in the future. Color makes us hungry. Everything's connected.
Find your logo.
We know how to do it.
Do it.
Make the
Calculations
put them
into action.
We will find
An
the
angle. Starting with.
convention.
Does anyone want to chop my leg off? Not particularly.
Everything's connected. Here we have a circle, smooth and inoffensive. This will be the basis
Of your revolution. Gravity is crucial.
Geomagnetism. With some calculation, we will find your logo. DNA is crucial. We must understand it.
Oh, guys. Not only was it muggy,
Everyone will see
but oh boy.
every demographic.
Guess who got 5 hours of sleep last night?
Are they
You guessed it. It was me. Yup. Oh boy. Walter, why would you do that? Spoons, you called me like 3 times and then once on Discord. You know why I only had 5 hours of sleep. I did get the thing done.
Men 18
To 30, college educated, women over 40.
suicide.
I did get the thing done. This is true.
Midwestern fathers. Kids with
Apparently,
Pentecostal preachers.
my sister found me asleep in my bed,
Interracial couples.
and then
Professors.
Dragon told my sister to let me sleep.
Xenophobes and racists. Private aviators.
So,
Everyone will see it. Every demographic.
you know, I slept well. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad.
Think
Look
about
at it this way. Guided evolution. This will be a new breed.
cutting
Me edge but classic. And complementary. Self-sufficient. Symbolizing freedom. And, of course, your product.
When the logo is
Finished. And we will unveil it. 7 billion people. Instantly enlightened.
everyone's
Rebranded. All the fighting's over.
say goodbye to conflict.
That design's rejected.
There's no longer language, only recognition. There's no longer country, only corporate colors.
Ceiling, rain makes ceiling cool. Ooh, is it raining?
Everyone can see it. Everything's connected.
It's not raining. This is my fave Twitch emote. Is that a universal emote? I might be lurking in a little bit because I gotta make food. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm eating popcorn right now. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Spinning here so you'll get the rain soon. Perfect. I mean, weather app did say that it was supposed to rain today, and then it didn't. Give us all your money. Put on your logo. Give us all your money. Hello! Hello. So, let me explain why I only got 5 hours of sleep last night. Now, here's the thing. Okay, so, there's a podcast that I do. I edit for this podcast. I do the soundscaping. Now, our editor, that does, like, the dialogue for it, he sent me the dialogue on Tuesday. Okay? Which, when the thing is due on Thursday, is already not ideal, but it's not really his fault. It's just kind of like... play makes ceiling buzz. I mean, yup. If you're close enough to, like, the airport, then, like, planes will, like, rattle. Anyways. And then when I looked at the file was blank. It had nothing on it. Which is not great. I know he did it. But, like... it was blank, which is not great. Now, I love our editor. Our editor makes my job very, like, so much easier. There's just, like, it like, saves me about 4, 5, 6 hours on, like, each, like, episode, you know? So that's great. But, makes it streaming with the tag furry. That's exciting. What is she doing? But, like... gambling. Oh. That's good. I'm glad. Yeah, so I love our editor and everything like that, but, he's not great at responding on Discord specifically, and so I messaged him, like, maybe an hour later, okay? So, like, yeah, it's been a little bit of time, but, like, not that much time. And I was like, this file is blank. And then I had to message Ninjor and be like, hey, can you, like, text your friend to tell him that the file is blank? And so, like, I didn't get the file until the next morning. After today, I got yelled at. Well, Eric's, now, this is gonna sound kind of rough, but if every single teacher you had today told you that maybe you shouldn't bully your friends, you might need to, like, think about that. And also, like, you're in class, probably shouldn't talk that much anyway. If they're, like, in general, though, that's different. You can talk as much as you want, generally. So anyways, I got it Wednesday morning. I got the actual file, which meant I have one day to edit the entire soundscape of a 15-ish minute video. It ended up being a lot less than that, but I have work. So I go to work, and I come back home, and I edit, and I'm giving updates to Discord because I think it would be funny to just give updates to Discord. It takes me about, like, 3 or 4 hours to edit, like, the first 5 minutes. And if you guys listen to the episode, you guys will know why. There's, like, a lot of sound effects that go into, like, the first 5 minutes. And every, like, 2 hours or so, I'm taking, like, a 10-minute break where I just go in my bed and I read. Now, the second time I did this, I go on my bed to read, and I fall asleep. Which is not great. So that's at, like, 9:30. And it's literally just us messing with each other. Newspaper. It's the first day of school, so we had free days mostly. Oh. Well, I'm sorry you had, like, a rough day, Eric's. How is it your first day of school? It's June. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so the second time, I fell asleep. I fell asleep, and, I fell asleep at around 9:30, and then I woke up at about 12:30 to, summer school. Ah. Fair enough. To, like, to like 4 different people had messaged me, and Huffle, hello! And, like, Spoons has, like, called me, like, 3 times, and everything like that. I have news. Ooh! Tell me your news. Yeah. And my lights were off, which means that someone came into my room and turned off the lights, which is fine. But, like, that kind of sucks, because it definitely made it so that I slept for longer, because the lights were off. But apparently what had happened was, Dragon had messaged, my sister, and was like, hey, can you go check up on Ultir? Because they're editing a video like, an episode right now, and they haven't, like, responded to me. I'm going to an Alec Mandarin concert in September in Nashville. Yo, that's awesome! But apparently Dragon told Nox to just let me sleep, and that they would figure out something for, like, the Patreon. Because obviously it has to get done on Thursday, even though the episodes come on Friday, because it comes out a day earlier, for Patreon. And I didn't know that, so I woke up at 12:30, and, like, took out my contacts and stuff, because I've fallen asleep with my contacts in, and got right back to editing. So, I'm getting concert and Fancy Fried Chicken. Oh, Fancy Fried Chicken. Nice! Yo, let's go! So I finished the episode at approximately 2:30? It was something like that. It was around 2:30. AM, by the way. Did you get spicy fried chicken made perfect? Yeah. Point is the episode's done now, but I didn't get a lot of sleep, and then I had to go to work. And it was muggy at work, but it's a type of muggy that, like, if you were to, like, sit under a tree, you would, like, fall asleep. Zebra, hello! How are you doing? But the episode's done now, which is great. But I'm running on fumes. So, we're gonna talk about BlaseBall. Now, BlaseBall. Cakebird, hello! Mia's been trying to talk my mom and stuff to take me to Nashville for food for at least 2 years. Oh, nice. Only if there were a breeze? Dude, there's just simply not a breeze. It is, like, it is so muggy and still. BlaseBall, let's go! Okay. Oh yeah, happy Pride. This is my first stream in June. My lovely gender fluid pride flag. That's what that is. If you guys never knew what that was. Obviously it's a pride flag, but I don't know if people knew what it was. Yeah, this is gender fluid pride flag. So it's like pink, white, purple, black, blue. It's just always there. Yeah, so we're talking about... Oof. Be how you offer pride. So, there's someone knocking my door. Hello? I'm on stream, father.
Sorry.
Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more.
You just walked in here. It was just like... Honestly, I don't think he cares about being on stream at all. He really did. Just in my stream now. He's actually, I think he does want to actually do a stream with me one time. But like, I don't know what we would do, you know? I don't care if he's on here. It's just more about him, right? Like, cause can you imagine imagine walking into a room where you think there's only one person, right? Hold on. I was trying to figure out why it was so loud, because I turned the music up. Sorry. So, he's in my stream now. discuss dad jokes, but in French. I'm sure he would love that, actually. I feel like he would love that. Where we have Ace for 2 weeks and we say members of the International Ace Station. That's awesome. Knit with dad tier? He can't knit. He does woodwork stuff. I don't know. I think... See, okay, so the thing is I don't mind him being on stream. It's just like, imagine from, like, his perspective. Okay, now imagine you walk into a room. You know there's one person in that room. But you walk in, and suddenly there's one person in the room talking, and then there's 10 people just sitting, watching that person talk. And then you walk in on that. Like, that's awkward, right? Like, if you don't know, that's just what you're gonna walk into. In other news, I'm getting a London fog. I could teach him. London fog, yo. I also had to mute because I was afraid he was gonna say my name. Could you imagine if he had, like, walked in and just, like, said my name? A London fog is, if you don't know. A London fog is, it's Earl Grey tea with a little bit of water, vanilla, and milk. It's basically like, it's a tea latte. Well, tell Dad I want a hot chocolate. I have a hot chocolate. Do you want it? I made it for myself because I thought that's what I was gonna have. Am I still gonna drink the hot chocolate? Yes, absolutely. Anyways, BlaseBall, lol. So BlaseBall, I'm gonna watch this video that kind of explains what BlaseBall is, but, I'm gonna explain to you how I found out what BlaseBall is, because it is whack. So, it started in around, I think it started in either 2019 or 2020. Mirrors running during gym. My teammates hate. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Eric's. Okay, so how I discovered BlaseBall. It's a latte, like, I guess. I have a Tumblr account, and I go on Tumblr quite frequently. I don't really post anything or like anything, but I do go to the trending tab. So I was going on the trending tab one day, and there was someone at #1 trending, BlaseBall, and I'm like, what the F is BlaseBall? You know? Like, that's weird, right? That's a weird thing. Like, what the F is BlaseBall? It's spelled with an S. BlaseBall with an S, not a Z. After BlaseBall, I need sleep. Fair enough. It's gonna be the whole stream. The whole stream. Tumblr, you really are a nerd? Yeah. Unfortunately. Now, so I click on this tab, and it's the thing. Okay, the problem with Tumblr, right, is no one explains. So, like, on Twitter, if something is trending, like, usually, like, right under the trending thing, it, like, tells you why the thing is trending, you know? Like, for instance, if, something that's not, like, self-explanatory. So, for instance, whenever, like, let's say, like, let's take, like, a big, like, Twitch streamer, and it says, like, Rambo, and Rambo is streaming. Usually, underneath it, it says why he's trending. Tumblr is not like that. Tumblr is, like, if... You know when people live react to things? Like, on Twitter? So, like, they're watching something, and they're just tweeting out their reactions? So it's like that, without knowing what they're reacting to. So it's just like a bunch of vague tweets, that Tumblr kind of just assumes you're in on the joke. So when I went onto Tumblr, all I was seeing was just a bunch of people being like, oh my god, I cannot believe that the breath mints died. I cannot believe that they came back and then died. And that's all I was seeing. And I was like, what the actual F? And then also people being like, why is BlaseBall trending? There's like 5 people in this fandom. You said, with an S? Bro, it's in my title. I said not with a Z, but with an S. You got it right the first time. So that's how I found out what BlaseBall was, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look this up. So basically, when you look up BlaseBall, it gives you to a website, and I don't know how the website looks now, but when I looked at the website, you would sign in, you would choose a team, and you could look at different players and stuff like that, and it would tell all the players' stats. Like, so think about baseball, and think about like stat websites. So like when you go to look up stats for like a player in like hockey or baseball or whatever. It will tell you the player, tell you like maybe their age, their name. It'll tell you what's like position they play, and that type of stuff, right? So it was like that. I was making a bad joke, yeah. It's all good. It's all good. And so that's what you could do. So you could go on this website, and it would tell you all that about the players, the teams, and everything like that. But then also it would tell you some weird things about the players as well, like what their soul sounded like, and what their blood type was. But the blood types were stuff like orange cola, chocolate pudding. And I was like, what the actual F is this? But here's the thing. I've listened to Welcome to Night Vale. And this was basically just Welcome to Night Vale if it was only about baseball. Now, the website itself, you would go on there, and my blood type is iced coffee. I would probably say my blood type is, black tea, probably. It's probably black tea. Yeah. So, you would go on this website, and it would basically just show you live stats from games. The games weren't actually happening, obviously. This is all fiction. And basically it would, if you've ever looked at a sports or anything like that, it can show you live stats of stuff, so it will tell you, like, what person's, like, up, what person, like, scored a goal and all that sort of stuff, but it's all text, okay? So that's what was happening. And there was, like, 5 games going on at a time, 24/7, and they would just show stats. And that's what BlaseBall was. But weird things would happen. So, like, sometimes the stadium would flood. Or a solar eclipse would happen and give people superpowers. Or sometimes people would get, like, shelled, which basically means they get turned into peanuts. Like, this whole thing. My blood type's a lot of weird and a tiny bit of Starbucks and boba. Fair enough. But skip rock, return to BlaseBall. Need to find a boba place? I can give you a boba place. I can give you actually quite a few, actually. So that's what BlaseBall is in kind of like a nutshell. But what we're going to do today is, I'm going to show you this video. I want to get shelled. I'm going to show you this video, and it's this guy basically just discussing what BlaseBall is, and he has the 2 creators of BlaseBall on, and he kind of like interviews them in a kind of a fun way. After this interview, I believe he had a discussion with the creators of BlaseBall, and he made what's called the BlaseBall Roundup. And what the BlaseBall Roundup is basically him explaining what happened in each season of BlaseBall. I think they're up to season, like, 25 or something like that. The seasons don't last very long. They last, like, 3 months or something like that. And he's, like, a canon character in BlaseBall that explains what BlaseBall is. And it's really funny. So the first video we're going to watch is basically someone explaining kind of, like, the history behind BlaseBall in an out-of-universe sense. Are you going to join a VC? Probably. And then we're going to have him as a character in the BlaseBall universe, as someone who lives in this world, and is going to explain BlaseBall as if they are real people. But it's the same person, if that makes sense. So, I am going to join a VC. If anyone wants to watch, if anyone wants to come talk with me in the VC. Anyone want to watch BlaseBall? But we'll watch the first one first. Okay. So, the first one is the guy out of character just explaining what BlaseBall is. That's what it is. Like, it's literally called what?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
It's Keith. I'm on the bad mic again. My apologies.
That's fine. I'm gonna go to bed. Have a good night, Huffle. Where are my Moist Talker fans at? Yo, let's go, Ninjor! Canadian Moist Talkers, let's go. That's a real team. So the first one we're gonna watch is called What is BlaseBall and Why is it Taking Over the Internet? This was made in 2020. I think this might have been like a few months after BlaseBall was like released. So let's see if we can have it appear on the screen. Ninja, you can join the VC if you like. Because Ninjor is the resident,
4 years later.
Sorry?
Just Ninja joins, it's like, and now we get a play-by-play of everything BlaseBall.
Yeah, pretty much. Because Ninja is kind of like the resident BlazeBall like expert. When I found BlazeBall, I like showed it to the Discord. When I showed this to the Discord, originally, like the call tier Discord, it was like there was like 5 of us in that Discord. It was like literally the only the streamers that were in there, and I just thought it was like a funny thing. It's the reason why the watcher in the Discord that like kind of welcomes you when you join, it says listening to BlazeBall. Because it was, like, the inside joke at the time. So it was basically, like, that and Magnus Archives were, like, the only things we talked about. Ninjor has, like, a hat and, like, a jersey from it. I'm kind of hoping he will join. I want him to join. Because he knows more about it than me. But we'll watch this one first. Because this kind of, like, explains kind of, like, the reality of it, and then we'll go into an in-universe explanation.
I do have a quick request.
Yeah?
Can you stream it also into the Discord thing?
I was getting there.
Okay, thank you.
While I was talking.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's just being slow. Okay, cool. Alright, here we go. BlazeBall. Also, stan the outfit. Absolutely baller outfit. We'll put on closed captions.
Did you intend for that to be a pun?
Don't throw it so fast! Let's talk about BlazeBall.
Let's talk about
Like
BlazeBall.
thousands of people. I am obsessed.
Thousands. There's like 40,000 people in the Discord.
Is BlazeBall.
That's the website.
In a nutshell,
That's the
BlazeBall
website.
is a free idle browser game that lives at
BlazeBall.
BlazeBall.com
BlazeBall.
and simulates a baseball league.
Hi,
The
Ninjor.
first thing you'll do is pick which of these pretend teams
BlazeBall
you
jersey.
support, from the New York Millennials to the Kansas City Breath Mints. And you earn coins
Rip the Kansas
every
City
time
Breath
that your
Mints.
team wins,
Hello.
which
Did
will
they
happen
get-
a lot, even if you
what
pick a
happened
crap
to them?
team, because this
They
website
died.
simulates games between
They
these
died. I'm
teams
just trying to
almost
remember how they
every
died.
single
I have no
hour,
idea.
with a new champion of the season
I remember
being declared at
the
end
crabs,
of every real life
got
week.
elevated to a new
figure out
level of
what
existence
happens
and
during
then
all of these
got
pretend matches,
de-elevated.
the simulation simply looks at the statistics
they
of
sucked.
each team's players.
Rip.
So if we go to the Canada Moist Talkers and look at their star pitcher,
Oh my God.
we
Oh
can
my
see how
God, the
good she is at all
boys.
kinds of stuff, and also that her preferred coffee includes heavy foam.
So yeah, so this is like, okay, so if I turn off the captions for a second. So this is what it looked like when we first started going into this. Look at this. It says like Fate 69, Blood Type AAA, and then Soul Scream. Like,
Well, Scream is my favorite stat.
pre-game ritual, powerlifting, and like every single character had something like this. So like if you think about a baseball team has like 12 players, right? Something like that. And then there's like 8, 9, 10 like teams in this league, and every single character had something like this. It's just like, it's just so funny.
There was a point where we ran out of players, the Moist Talkers, so we just had the same person on every base. That's the...
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, I was watching that game live. that was an insane game.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
the person was batting and also on every base because the other dude was still stuck in a giant popcorn kernel.
Yeah. BlaseBall.
Was he in a popcorn kernel or an egg?
And
I
on
can't
one
remember.
level,
I think it was a popcorn
baseball
kernel.
is as simple as that. It's just surreal, fantasy, fictional baseball with a sense of humor. But baseball has many levels, so get ready.
Never
because
let us
going
open up
any
the book
deeper
again.
into what makes this game
But what
a
if we did,
growing
though?
online sensation is like
I mean, that's how we got to where
performing
we
an
are now.
autopsy
That's why our
on
blood
the
type
Philly
is grass.
fanatic. Because baseball is a
Thank you.
Words.
Sorry for not warning you fast enough. It's fine. You're allowed to be on there. I just didn't want you to come on and then be like, okay. Thank you. Guys, I got a London fog.
Oh god, there's people.
Guys,
Has
I
this
got
guy
London
made a
fog.
new BlazeBall video since the last time I watched him?
Yes, but not a roundup. He now does a podcast, I think.
Oh, the roundups were the best part, though.
Yeah, but I don't think there's been enough seasons because he does it every 3 or 4 seasons, and there hasn't been that many yet.
You're right. It hasn't. Oh, yeah, because we were at the end of season 22, and then everything went haywire.
Mm-hmm.
Bong bang.
Bong
man.
Bing? Why are you like this?
Season 22 was wild. That's way into the whole dystopia,
Yes, I
kind of like
must.
Mad Max style world. Oh, it was wild.
You're
That was great.
spoiling it. People don't know.
People
Bro,
don't
we just
understand
started.
anything. Don't forget about the anti-birds.
Yep. So, like, yeah, like, when I looked, they have, like, a podcast, like, every couple months where they have, like, an hour discussion about BlazeBall.
God. Also, can we just take in the Philly fanatic? I'm sorry, I just hate him so much. It's so funny.
Is that the green guy on screen?
It's the green guy. I don't know why he's a mascot. Like, what is he?
A creature, clearly.
Oh my god.
Don't
He's
worry
the
about it.
website. Fans have been
Okay.
able to study some of the game's code, discovering that all players, including our Polka Dot Patterson, actually have a minimum of 31 additional stats. To just stick with Polka Dot, any player's pitching skill is a composite of 7 of these stats: coldness,
Hacking.
overpowerment, ruthlessness, suppression,
Noise is
Shakespeareanism,
happening.
unthwackability, and number of fingers, which in Polka Dot's case
Unthwackability.
is 87. She has
That's so-
87 fingers.
that's so cool
or at
for her.
least she
Pop
does
off.
at the time of this video.
I like his sparkly shirt.
Here's the
It's very
creators
cool.
of
I love the
BlazeBall, a
Elton
studio
John look.
called
It looks
The Game
good.
Band, to tell us
I want to
what's
just really
going on.
fuck with Ninja
Making
for a
the
second
sim,
here.
I describe a
Can
lot
you
of it
enjoy
as
it?
just subconscious.
Yeah, what's up?
Just mostly
Oh,
thinking
I just
turned off the
uncovered my
captions.
camera
what
for a
would be
split
funny
second.
and just like letting it happen.
Players in BlazeBall only having a minimum of 10 fingers is just the
Amazing.
tip of this very odd iceberg. For example, delightfully crap team the Miami Dale recently gained electric blood and the ability to zap
They-
the ball out of the air.
They now have electric blood. Yup. BlazeBall.
And new weather conditions that matches can take place under are still being added to the simulation. Oh, you might be thinking, like rain? No, not really. The current list of possible weather is as follows: peanuts, birds, blood drain, feedback, reverb, and solar eclipses, in which
Yep.
beloved simulated players might be incinerated.
Rip.
Yes, BlazeBall athletes can die. It's like Formula One in that respect. 260 athletes go into each season, and not all of them are going to come back out again. And yet, by the time you are watching this video, anything I'm telling you could be a lie. And that's because unlike the many beloved athletes who have died playing BlazeBall, the game of BlazeBall is alive. And that's where you come in.
Reverb.
All of those coins you're earning can be spent voting every week on new decrees and blessings.
And as he says this, if you look at the website right now, it does not look like how it does when he showed this video.
I mean, the website's currently shut down.
Yep.
Just because we're off season.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even before, like, the website changes.
Oh yeah, remember the map?
Yep,
That will make no sense to anyone until they see the map.
the map. Like, so it changes all the time. Like, literally, I feel like if BlaseBall continued going in the way that it does, in a year from now, like, this video would just be, like, completely irrelevant. So, like...
It would have to be renamed
By voting for
BlaseBall,
blessings,
but,
you're
like,
basically
not
buying your
correctly
team
named.
raffle tickets for upgrades, like,
Oh,
I don't know,
raffle tickets.
permanently shrinking your team from 14 players to 13, or changing your team's entire blood type to grass. What does that
Yep.
mean?
Oh, I love
Nobody
grass.
knows. Part of the fun of BlaseBall is the community trying to figure out just how this arcane simulation works. As if they were mapping a haunted house that's always growing and changing when you're not looking.
That's such a good,
But every week, players also
metaphor.
get to vote on one of
Or not
several
expected that I wandered
decrees that
into
will
the that
permanently
website.
change the game of BlaseBall
Yeah, it's whack.
forever. Like introducing a new game mechanic, or one of them was making the
BlaseBall,
most
my
popular
home.
team last season run around an extra base next season. There was one that just says the team with the most fans will evolve. We don't know what that means today. We may never know what it means. All you know in BlaseBall is you're going to
We know
get
what it means,
what
yeah.
you vote for, making it significantly more fun than actual democracy.
Yeah,
So
let's
that
go.
is BlaseBall in a nutshell. Kind of. You see, what's happening on BlaseBall.com with this sport
Nutshell.
that's evolving every week is more like the rigid and unfeeling shell of the nut. To truly understand this game, we're going to have to tease this shell apart. Because the heart of BlaseBall is love.
Ew.
I think from the beginning it was always like, let's make a game that brings people together and centers around a community and plays with it.
Oh my god,
sees,
hi, I'm so
sees what comes
sorry I
out of
missed
it.
the last few
It
streams.
was
No,
growing in
Dorky,
season
you
one,
don't have to
and
be
then by
sorry.
season two,
Dorky, you don't have to be sorry about missing stream. Ever. I'm just glad you're here. We're talking about BlaseBall.
all the fan art started to
BlaseBall.
come out. Yeah, that's something I've never had on a project that I've made, is just a ton of fan art. I'm
So I think I need to explain the thing that, like, after, like, me, Ninjor, Dragon, and Turgeon all watched the Magnus Archives, where we were waiting every single week for the episode to come out, and then we would talk about it, and I would send memes to people about it, and, like, all sort of stuff. The next thing was BlazeBall. Like, I know, but I like your streams, Dorky. I appreciate that. But, like, yeah, so we basically talk about BlazeBall, like, a lot. So, like, every time we go, like, oh my god, BlazeBall, it's because it used to be, like, that used to be a joke that we would do. We'd just be like, BlazeBall, oh my god. But yeah, there's, like, fan art and stuff of these characters, and they all look whack like this.
Yeah, like Richmond. They have Richmond plushies. That's what I was gasping about.
Oh, that's
My
awesome.
boy Richmond the Axolotl.
a Breath Mints fan, and so my first
Also,
fan art
I
that
will
saw of
say,
Boyfriend
BlazeBall has the
Montreal
best
was
merch I've
Boyfriend had
ever
like
seen.
1,000 eyes.
It's
or something, and
insane.
It was like this amazing, like player card.
Like,
It
look
was
at
so
this.
Beautiful.
That's
And I
so
was like,
cool.
Wait, people are making art
BlazeBall
of
has
this
Lego?
game. And then the music started to come out.
There's
and, like, the
music
Garages
about
started to
BlazeBall.
Put together an album, and that was just surreal.
Right, you know how passionate sports fans can be, tracking stats and cheering for their team? And you know how creative internet fandom communities can be, making fan art and fan fiction and memes?
He gets it.
BlazeBall, in being both a sport and a surreal cinematic universe, fuses sports fandom with nerd fandom, and the result is a supernova
And this is why the Dream SMP is really popular, I think.
of creativity.
BlazeBall!
When
BlazeBall!
BlazeBall launched in the
BlazeBall!
summer of 2020, it was just some teams that had funny names
Oh, wait.
and
We have a bunny fact. Ice cream cone was invented at 1904
Bunny
World's
fact.
Fair, aka the Louisiana Purchase Exposition. The story states Syrian immigrants Ernest Hemway. Yes, it was marking zebra, a wafer dessert, next to an ice cream stand. According to some records, Hemway suggested they combined forces and boom, the ice cream cone was born. However, in an interview with the Ice Cream Trade Journal in May 1928, Hemway explained that ice cream concessionaries were coming to his booth to purchase waffles, calling them... I don't know what that last word is.
Cornucopias.
Hemwee? High
What?
A. It doesn't matter.
Hamwi.
Hamwi.
And then it's Zalabia.
Thank you.
The last word's clinical.
I got the important bit. The important bit was ice cream cone. Hi, Bunny. We're talking about BlaseBall. BlaseBall. So,
Baseball.
because there's more people here, I'll explain. This is a guy explaining what BlaseBall is out of canon, just like as a regular dude. We're next gonna watch BlaseBall Roundup, and that is like him as a character in the BlaseBall universe. Like explaining BlaseBall as if he is an announcer in a sport, okay? So this is him just explaining like the website and stuff.
An emoji and a bunch of players with names that could have been drawn from 1995 SNES classic Fightin' Baseball.
Yup.
But almost instantly after the game launched, the community began creating backstories, not just for these players, but for the teams, even for the mechanics in the game. Acting as a kind of hive mind Rumpelstiltskin,
I love the internet.
community began spinning this characterless, surreal straw into gold. Development of one of BlaseBall's
really
simulated
like
players
the
often
internet.
starts with the community of fans in the team's Discord
And them
channel,
seeing something,
using the player's
and then
name
being
as a
like, "But
springboard
what
to
if we made
discuss
it have a
who that
war?"
player might be. That's how the fans decided that a player called Quack Enjoyable is a duck, or how Jessica Telephone looks like this. And from there, that player gets a wiki page, a backstory, fan art, memes, trivia. Players might create Twitter accounts to roleplay as them, and yes,
This is how the FCP fandom started. I'm not, like, no one can convince me different.
BlaseBall athletes have even inspired musicians to write songs.
Like, that's dope.
And if you get into reading this stuff,
What kind of
what's
mandatory fan
really
space?
delightful
Yep.
about BlaseBall is that it's near endless. To truly understand the scale of BlaseBall, realize that each of the game's 20 teams has a unique community that's constantly expanding their own lore and the bios of a total of more than 280 players, so long
Yep.
as you include all of the dead ones. But even this joyous stuff doesn't fully explain the appeal of BlaseBall, which isn't in the community's marvelous world building any more than it's in the developer's bizarre simulation. The true magic of BlaseBall is in how these two sides, the developers and the fans, feel a responsibility to develop the game in collaboration with what the other side is doing.
Which is awesome.
We have things that we're planning well in advance, and we also are very much listening to the community and checking the pulse. Especially when they find a big goal as a community, like we definitely try to encourage that. And like sometimes I think that the community is making this game just as much as we are.
I'll give you an example of exactly
The
this.
whiteboard.
That shouldn't sound
The
too much
whiteboard.
like inside BlaseBall.
In Season 6, the developers introduced idols, allowing players of the browser game to choose their favorite player and earn coins every time they hit the ball or struck out a batter. The devs also added a leaderboard ranking players by who was getting idolized the most, as well as a blessing in that season's elections that let a team steal the league's 14th most idolized player.
Rip.
However, BlaseBall's community then realized that nothing stopped them from idolizing players who were dead. They were just listed in the system under Null Team. This allowed the Seattle garages to try and coordinate a rather unexpected act of resurrection. If they could just nudge the previously incinerated Jalen Hotdog Fingers into 14th place on the idol board, and if their team could be the winners of the blessing to steal the 14th most idolized player, then maybe they could steal the dead Jalen Hotdog Fingers back onto their team and into the realm of the living, question mark? Now this was all theoretical science on the part of the players, but the
That's wild. So they, like, basically were like, okay, so technically if this happened, don't you think this would happen? And, like, this is, again, basically a text adventure on a website. Like,
Yep.
there's no visual, not really. Like, it's just text, right? And, like, and they're theorizing all this stuff in a Discord. I'm part of this Discord, and, like, there's so much going on in it all the time. Oh my god. And, like, I can't even imagine resurrection be a fandom wishing it into existence. For real, that's like basically it. Like basically anything that happens in BlaseBall is just the fandoms being like, okay, but like if you look at the rules, technically.
Yeah, this fandom is a lot of actually. There's no rule
Actually.
against it.
Actually, but what if? I would say that if you guys really like, so like, I feel like I'm probably the only person who's actually listened to this podcast in this chat, but if you guys really like Welcome to Night Vale, you'll like BlazeBall. Because it is just like the exact same amount of ridiculousness.
Developers went full yes and on the situation. Yes, BlazeBall players should be able to do
Welcome
this.
to Hecking Night Vale with
Necromancy
effing
should
gay
have.
radio. That's not wrong.
When the next season
Do you
began,
mean I've listened to
Jalen
Welcome to Night Vale
was
so
back
much? Okay,
on
fair
the
enough,
Garage's
Bishop.
team and pitching like nothing had happened until something did happen.
Are you caught up though?
Fans
Because the
watching
latest
simulation
episode,
were alarmed, shall we say, when the now undead
I'm
Jalen
concerned.
Hotdog Fingers was revealed to have picked up the habit of throwing the ball at the players on the other team.
That's exciting.
Leaving them unstable and drastically increasing their chances of being incinerated.
Rip.
Elation turned to horror throughout the league as
Rip.
it was
Rip
revealed
this
that
guy.
batting against Jalen could now be a death sentence. Another example of BlazeBall's developers
three
just
before the latest.
mentally
Yo, let's
going
go,
where
bunny.
the players were was the time the Unlimited Tacos managed to trap their entire
let me just say with Welcome to Night Vale, so let me say, okay. They usually run in seasons, right? Where the season starts in like they do like an end of the year thing on their like anniversary, and then they take like a month break. It's getting near their anniversary, right? June 15th, right? Is their anniversary. It's getting close, right? It's their 10-year anniversary, which is nuts. That's crazy. Could you imagine doing a podcast for 10 years? Oh my god. But they've been having, 10 years. They released their podcast in 2012, June 15th, the exact same day that Gravity Falls came out, by the way. Gravity Falls and Welcome to Night Vale both had their pilot episode come out on the same day. Which also means Gravity Falls is almost 10 years old. Fun fact.
Oh god.
So that's
Like,
exciting.
Oh, this is interesting. Oh fuck, never mind.
Yup. But
Honey, how do you think I feel?
fun fact. But basically, what I'm trying to say here is basically, okay, so they're getting to their 10-year anniversary, and they've been hinting at this storyline, like that this extremely interesting storyline that is probably going to come to a head on their university, because usually they have like a season finale, right? And it is probably one of the most interesting storylines I think they've done. It's definitely not one of the saddest, because they've done like a really sad one a couple times, but it's very, very interesting. I don't think this is spoilers, because this is like the episode that came out that actually started this came out a while ago. But basically what happened is one of the creators was like, hey guys, so like we couldn't get an episode out in time, sorry, so we're gonna do a Q&A session instead, which has never happened before. They have never not gotten an episode out on time. Alright, I'm gonna lurk now because I love BlazeBall. I really want to study for another math test. Oh, I'm sorry, Bishop. Fair enough. But basically, so they're doing this Q&A session, and it becomes increasingly clear during the Q&A session that there's this person that is convinced that the Welcome to Night Vale universe that he has created is not fictional and is a real place. And they've kind of had episodes throughout the season where like Night Vale is a real place and people remember going there. And there was like this episode where like they got a bunch of different podcasts to do like episodes on Night Vale, so they would show like the beginning part of each of the episodes, which was crazy as someone who's like a huge podcast fan and a longtime listener of podcasts, that I recognize like almost every single podcast opening. Like there was my brother and me, Lore, the people who like do a bunch of like they basically join a bunch of cults and stuff. Like, that's what they do on their podcast. And, like, just a ton of stuff like that. And it was crazy. But basically, the writer, ends up getting accidentally teleported to Night Vale. And he knows he's the author. And he goes there. And it's probably the scariest, Night Vale episode I've ever listened to, because he gets stuck in Night Vale, and they never really describe things. That's kind of like the thing of Night Vale, is they never really visually describe something. So, like, they're not going to tell you how a person looks like. They're going to basically tell you their vibe. Which episode? This was, like, episode 90 something. It's the episode that's called Q&A. It's probably, like, one of, like, the scariest episodes I've ever listened to. Because he goes to Night Vale, and he just describes how Night Vale looks. Basically, which they don't do. They basically just describe vibes. But this guy, he goes there, and he's, like, having a panic attack, basically. Because he's just like, there are people walking around, and they're just microphones. They're just microphones, and they're just reporting things. And then he was just, like, explaining, like, how, like, horrific these things are to someone who doesn't live there. Because if you, like, how, like, Cecil explains it, he's just like, oh yeah, the waitress who is actually a tree. And that's, like, kind of the thing, and you kind of like, oh, very whimsical. And then, but if you have, like, someone who's, like, a person that lives in our world go to that, they're like, this person has tree branches growing out of their skin. And it's horrifying. And it's really, really scary. And then, like, they won't talk about it, and then they'll come back to it, and won't talk about it, and they'll come back to it. But they mentioned it in the latest episode, where the author writes a letter to Cecil, and is like, hey, so, like, this is supposed to be fictional. I wrote this, but I don't know how to get out. How do I get out? And then Cecil's like, actually, everything is fictional. So I don't know how you're gonna get back to reality, but, like, maybe if writing is what got you in here, maybe you should write to get out. And I'm like, oh my god, oh no, oh no. So I have a feeling what the season finale is gonna be. It's gonna be interesting. Anyways, BlaseBall.
Higher pitching lineup in giant peanut shells, don't ask, just to see what would happen if they had to play a match but couldn't pitch a ball. And to the delight of the community, the developers responded by giving the Tacos a new player with the first name Pitching and the second name Machine, who at the time of this video is the most popular player in the league. Think of it like supporting a sports team in real life is already exciting and unpredictable. But then BlaseBall asks the additional question of what if a team's fan base's passion and fervor and ingenuity could actually help that team and inflict changes not just on that team but the entire sport. It's also a lot less toxic than sports fandom traditionally is, because the developers of BlaseBall, in giving the game such a dark, brooding and mysterious tone, are able to act as antagonists.
On one level, BlaseBall is a horror game, but it's a story about, I think for us, building community like amidst malevolent forces that are outside of your control. So we have to play the role of antagonists for that community to rally against.
So the developers of BlaseBall are always watching for what the community find funny or scary or are just interested in, and then the developers put more love into those corners of their demented website. And then for the players who are sharing all this fan fiction and fan art, that side of the game is made so much more exciting, because these players that the community are falling in love with have lives of their own within the simulation, which means they still have the capacity to surprise us. Remember Pitching Machine? In its second day in the simulation, it randomly happened to be playing under blood drain weather and drank another player's blood, making it an even better pitcher, and the crowd went wild. Equally, fans would never have agreed to a mechanic being introduced in BlaseBall's second season that sees their beloved fictional athletes getting incinerated. Goodness me! Fans have decided that lots of the BlaseBall athletes are in romantic relationships with one another.
This is true.
And yet, that's why it's so important that things like life and death,
it's all very gay.
and how good
any
of these
very
fictional
gay.
athletes
BlaseBall's
are
very
at
gay.
BlaseBall should be out of the hands of fans and in the hands of a horrible, uncaring simulation. Because that makes every player in the league feel that much more fragile which in turn makes them that much more lovable.
Yep.
And this is why a season of BlaseBall is so engaging to watch as a fan. Think about the emotional ringer you get put through watching a real-life sports team. Now imagine that in a particular game, your favorite athlete could burn to death, leaving behind their best friend and lover and dad and dog, who are all also on the team. That's what we're dealing with here, and it's fabulous. BlaseBall is getting more and more fans every week, and I'm thrilled to say that the developers' Patreon is getting more and more love. Because talking to the developers, this is a game that wouldn't have existed if 2020 hadn't been such a tremendously crap year.
Yo, yeah. By the way, they made this because they were bored because 2020, you know?
Kind of like in this horror state. It's just there's so many things going on and nobody can really keep ahead of it, which
I like how there's a fly on the top of the ball there.
We were also developing this, you know, while very closely monitoring the MLB's situation and to watch like their decision-making process and to see the values of money, you know, trumping the values of safety. It kind of eked its way into the game.
It's an insane world right now, and BlaseBall is insane, but at least BlaseBall takes the mask off and is very honest about that. And my instinct is that fans find community in that gallows humor. What they bring to BlaseBall is care, and the horror comes through in potentially losing them or horrible things happening to these products of their own imagination. And that's incredibly fascinating to me.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you've enjoyed this video taking you into a world of sporting legends, you've got to wonder, would you enjoy real sports as well?
No.
Ooh. Oh, yes. That reminds me. This video is brought to you with the help of Curiosity.
And we're done. Oh.
Advertisement.
Advertisement.
Not sponsored.
So, that is BlaseBall.
Hold here. Can you check?
What? What?
I was just gonna say, can you check your Insta DM for just a quick sec?
Yeah, sure. Alright, so I'm sorry, someone like messaged me something. Okay, we're good. So that is BlaseBall. BlaseBall. So that's what BlaseBall is like in our universe. It's like it's on a website and everything like that. Now.
I'm gonna show my favorite video ever.
BlaseBall Roundup. Now, this is the same guy.
BlaseBall Roundup.
This is the same guy that did that first video. But basically what this is an in-universe like roundup of BlaseBall. So basically what he does here is he just like explains what happens in the seasons, but as if like they're real people, and he is an announcer or like an analyst, I guess. And this is like it's canon because basically all the fan work is canon. That's kind of how BlaseBall works. But it's really funny. This is kind of where the like mild blood and stuff comes in. Why is it like that? Cease. Why I put like the content warning of mild blood and mentions of death, because a lot of players die a lot all the time, so just so you know, to pretty like horrible things, but all you ever see is like it drawn on a whiteboard. And then there's blood basically, but there's not like open wounds or anything like that. It's just like, so that's your warning. Now we watch the also, I have a little funny anecdote about this, is that basically, when we watched this a year ago, when Nindor was at my house, I watched the first 2 episodes of this, and then I fell asleep, okay? And then, we watched this again, when we were at Spoons' house, like, last weekend, and I watched the first 2 episodes and then I fell asleep. So I've never actually watched past the first 2 episodes of this.
Oh my god, just stop falling asleep.
No. Because we always watch this super late at night.
So you're just gonna fall asleep on stream? Is that what's gonna happen?
I've done that before.
Oh my god.
This has happened, but I'm probably not.
Oh, there!
I have caffeinated tea. So, here we go. BlaseBall roundup. Let's go.
I have nachos.
Ooh.
I have back home, BlaseBall.
We're back home, BlaseBall.
Is it beginning again? What's up, everyone? I bet we're all excited for the return of BlaseBall with season 12.
Yes, we are. What's up?
We've got some newcomers out there who want to know what happened in seasons 1 through 11. It's time for the BlaseBall roundup.
Yeah, let's go.
The first ever season of BlaseBall began with 20 teams just playing ball. Things started to go right almost immediately. At the end of season 1, fans were given 3 options to change BlaseBall. They could start relegating teams, redistributing wealth, or they could open BlaseBall's forbidden.
I'm gonna give you guys one guess as to which one happened after the first season of BlaseBall. Because if you give a bunch of people on the internet the choice of regulating teams, redistributing wealth, or opening the forbidden book, what do you think they chose?
Forbidden
probably
rulebook,
just
which
redistributing
can't
them
overstate
all.
this.
Oh, yeah,
they were
probably.
rolled away from several
Yeah,
times.
totally.
Fans voted overwhelmingly to open the forbidden book, revealing some of BlaseBall's rules and plunging the game into what became known as the discipline era.
Yup.
Seattle Garage's pitcher Jalen Hotdog Fingers promptly burst into flames in BlaseBall's first recorded
has hot dogs for
fatality.
fingers.
The Moab Desert was swallowed by a hellmouth, and from this point onwards, BlaseBall players would be randomly incinerated by rogue umpires. I've got a useful chart.
This is season 1. I need you guys all to know that they were just like, you know what? We're gonna start killing people.
For you here, the discipline era would last 9 seasons and see exactly 0 people being disciplined. Your champions for season 1, the
Yeah.
Philly Pies. Your champion for season
Yeah.
2,
The Philly Pies.
Philly
Don't get
Pies.
too excited, Philadelphians. This is very much the high watermark for the Pies. Today they're something of an oven-ready disaster. The figure who would define the
Rip.
discipline era, however, first appeared in season 3. This is when
I
fans
really
were
like
first
how
permitted
Suit looks
to
like
buy
it's made out of
peanuts.
paper.
However, in a display of open rebellion or boredom or hunger, some fans began manipulating BlaseBall's nascent peanut economy to come into possession of both infinite peanuts and negative infinite peanuts. Now, at this point, a timeless
Bless you.
cosmic entity known as the Great Shelled One made its first appearance and stopped play until
Not an
everyone
accurate
either
visual
gave
representation.
and or took their peanuts back. Play was stopped again in season 3 during
Okay.
the game.
Recap, guys. A bunch of people died, and then the fans were like, guys, peanuts are currency. And everyone's like, yup, peanuts are currency. And then they were like, but also hacking.
They didn't even hack. They just manipulated the game systems to get infinite and non-infinite peanuts. Well, infinite peanuts and infinite negative peanuts. Because they did a weird glitch in the actual market system of it.
And then a god showed up. So this
Yeah.
is and now we're on to, and this is season 3.
Between the Charleston Shoe Thieves and the Los Angeles Tacos. Morrow Doyle was at bat for the Shoe Thieves with bases
yeah,
loaded
this is back
and
when they're
proceeded
still
to
the
hit a home
Tacos.
run, scoring 4 runs
Yep.
in what BlaseBall fans know to be called a grand slam. However, this time something went wrong. The sheer power. The event was known as the Grand Unslam, something that went beyond what a slam is in the literal sense, with ripples so powerful that space-time. Side effects were numerous. The city of Los Angeles split into a theoretically infinite number of parallel Los Angeles.
We're playing baseball. Guys, we're playing baseball.
Whole cities
Yes.
are just splitting.
And whole
Well,
cities are splitting
It's
into
splitting into
multiple
parallel universes.
Yeah, parallel universes. Because
Which means
Playing baseball, guys.
because
You know what
because
this
people
means.
got infinite peanuts and also negative infinite peanuts.
I mean, now we have infinite tacos.
It has the same energy as like, would you like infinite games? Or no games?
I was going to say it's more like, would you like the apple or the bees?
Oh, would you?
Oh, Ninja,
like,
have you not?
and games?
Would you like bacon and games? Or would you like
bacon?
Bacon?
No games.
No games.
No bacon. No games.
No games. That clip is so funny. Oh, Ninja, I'm gonna have to show you this clip, otherwise you're just simply not gonna understand what
Yeah,
we're
okay, we need to watch this clip, yeah.
I have to find it first.
We need the context.
You need to watch this, hold on. Because it's
It's been a while since I've seen it.
What? Why does it show me these things? They're just lies.
No, he's too young to retire.
No, he said he was gonna retire at 25, which is actually stupid. Because he could, though.
It's stupid.
Yes.
Yes. This is a 5-minute clip, but we're gonna watch it. I don't even care.
Oh my god, he asked everybody this. I love it.
Oh, hey. Here we go.
Alright, you guys ready?
Would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no more games? Or games, unlimited games, and no games?
What? Completely incomprehensible. So nothing.
What?
That was absolutely.
Would you rather have unlimited bacon?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Unlimited bacon.
You are off the rails.
But no more games. No more games.
You're reading off of something? Where is this coming from?
Games.
Okay.
Unlimited games.
Unlimited games.
What?
But no games.
But no games.
Why are you committing to it? Why aren't you clarifying?
Would you rather have 3 bacon and no game?
Or 1 game and 30 bacon? How many bacons will you need before you lose all your games?
I picked the games. Bacon's fine, but I don't like one.
Oh my god, that's right, Liam.
Unlimited bacon.
Bacon.
Because that way, next week, we could have another Chuckle Sandwich podcast. Wow. Would you rather have unlimited...
And then, okay, so that's the thing. He said it that one time, and then he brought it back.
Unlimited bacon.
He asked
but
everybody
no more
this.
games.
He really does.
Or games, unlimited games, and no games.
And
So
no
I
games.
found out recently that this.
What did you even just say?
So I found
What
out
did you
recently
even
that
just
this
say?
isn't even from Schlatt's memory. He didn't make this
no
up.
Bacon
This
and 2
this
games
is from
or 2
someone
games
else.
and no bacon?
This is from something from like Rooster Teeth or something. What's it from again?
Machinima Respawn.
Yeah,
dude.
Machinima Respawn.
I pepper little inbox references in here and there, man. Well, hey, I got one now.
That's where I
Gus,
started. Yeah.
Oh?
Gus, you're a Skyrim guy.
Yeah.
You like games. Would you rather?
You get
have
Charlie's like having
unlimited
like
bacon?
more flashbacks.
Flat,
Is
finish
the
finish
joke
the
that-
question, Flat.
Is the
It's
joke
coming,
that you're
it's
not going to
coming.
provide
He
a
can't
secondary
say it.
Would you rather have unlimited
Unlimited
bacon,
bacon.
but
No games.
Flat, you need to be able to pull yourself together for this.
He's like, the joke is too funny.
Come on, man.
He hasn't even said
You
it.
son of a bitch. Come on, pull it together. Pull it together.
unlimited bacon, but
But no games.
You son of a bitch. Pull it together right
but
now.
no more games.
Wait, is that the only option?
Come on, finish it. Finish the question.
Would you?
Finish the goddamn question. Try it. Finish the question.
Would you rather have unlimited bacon?
But you can't play games.
No more games. Or you have games.
Games.
Can I guess?
Unlimited games.
Can I guess the inverse then?
The game,
I'm
but no
guessing
game.
that potentially the inverse of that would be that I would have an unending multitude of games that I could potentially play.
But no
but
bacon.
that I would be severely limited, in fact, entirely limited as to the
Charlie,
potential
your
to
eyes are
consume
red
bacon.
from crying.
I love Charlie's laugh so
No.
much.
That's not the inverse.
Okay, I'll just.
Would you rather?
Can you type
Gus,
it out or something?
Gus Johnson. Gus, would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no more games?
Yeah.
Or games. Unlimited games.
Rip it off. Wax it.
Would you rather have unlimited bacon and no games?
No more games. Or games. Unlimited games. And no games.
And no games.
Games and no games?
Unlimited games. But
no games.
It just goes on for so long.
This is the fucking pinnacle that you built towards? Did you just fucking Chris Farley show me? You remember that?
Anyways.
Alright. Well, I mean...
Anyways. Infinite peanuts. And infinite negative peanuts.
But no games.
But no games. I saw someone's bio on Twitch that was unlimited games but no games, and I'm just like, I get that reference. And it was like some art streamer. Like, it was just like a person who did art, and I was just like, excuse me?
That makes sense because there's unlimited games out there, but they're just doing art.
But no games.
No games.
Did you guys see the full origin story? I don't think so. Like, obviously, it's from something else. Like, it's from something else.
Machinima Respawn? Is that what they said?
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
I'm
they said
assuming,
Machinima
which I'm
Respawn. assuming
since the guy said, is it from Rooster Teeth, it makes me think it's probably some type of, like, web series, that happened.
Well, Rooster Teeth did a show called, they did $1 Million Butt. And I have a feeling they probably thought it was from that.
He
They
fully
did a lot
explains
of
it in a
stuff like
bit.
that.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it might be funnier without the explanation. I'm gonna be real. So anyways, Los Angeles has been divided in a bunch of parallel universes.
Well, it's all Los
An
Angeles. It's just
emergency
running all at the
rebrand
same
of
time.
the Los Angeles
Yeah.
Tacos as the Unlimited Tacos. Also,
Unlimited
at this
Tacos.
time, the Tacos went from having one player called Wyatt Mason into everybody being called Wyatt Mason and then nobody being called Wyatt Mason. This event was known as the Wyatt Masoning. Around this time, BlaseBall fans
yeah, Wyatt
began
Mason.
reporting anomalies related to an unseen announcer. A ghost
Oh,
in
the
the
unseen
machine, if you
announcer,
will, or some
my-
kind
my
of
beloved.
Gestalt sportscaster. The existence of a second entity known as the microphone was hypothesized, as well as
You guys getting the Welcome to Night Vale vibes yet?
the possibility that this entity was
It's not like there's a
Wyatt
purple
Mason.
eye creature.
Your champions
Oh, yeah.
for season 3.
Oh, yeah,
the
totally.
Hades Tigers. Your champions
The
for
Hades
season 4.
Tigers.
The Hades Tigers.
Don't get too
Tigers.
excited, residents of Hades or Tigers. They haven't won a season since. I think I've got the reason why that is written down. Oh yeah, it's because they're not good enough at BlaseBall. The next big shakeup occurred during
Get
season
good.
5.
Yeah,
when
you get
BlaseBall
absolutely
teams,
wrecked by the
previously
announcer.
divided into good and evil leagues, were redistributed into wild and mild leagues. The Mexico City Wild Wings ended up in the mild league, resulting in BlaseBall's first ever lawsuit. Your champion for season 5.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little
the
funny.
They wrote a
Chicago
whole-
Firefighters. Couldn't have happened
The
to a
fans
nicer
wrote a
or
whole
flame retardant
lawsuit.
team. Except, of course, the Hawaii Fridays, who are a nicer team, and the Miami Dale, who are a more flame retardant team. Season 6 saw the
little bit
introduction
funny.
of idols to BlaseBall, letting BlaseBall fans pick their favorite player and earn coins every time that player struck the ball or pitched a batter out. So that was fun for a second. The Shelled one made it very clear that it would
He sounds like
only
he's
be
having a
happy
great time
with
at
the
his job,
three
you know?
most idolized players in BlaseBall being the 3 athletes that it had remade in its image. Dan Holloway, Dan Bong, and Daniel Duffy, or as they were now known, Peanut Holloway, Peanut Bong, and Peanutiel Duffy. The BlaseBall community
Yup.
refused or forgot this request, and the Shelled one retaliated by taking the 3 players.
Now, I gotta give this guy, like, amazing props for his visuals, because I never see any YouTubers do visuals like this, where they have multiple camera angles and everything like that, but it's just a whiteboard. Like, if lessons in school were taught like this, I would learn so much, you know? Just I just want to give them props for that.
Who were the most idolized and entombing them inside giant peanut shells.
Oh yeah, that's
However,
being shelled,
being
by the way.
gluttons for punishment and peanuts, the BlazeBall community figured out a way to use this idol system to bring a player back from the dead. What they did was and so, Jalen Hotdog Fingers, the first player ever killed in BlazeBall, came back from the dead. However, it turns out when you come back from the dead, the way Jalen did, a debt is created. Think of it like balancing a checkbook. I'm not clear on the specifics. I mean, I do have the specifics here, but this is like super long. Basically, in the course of pitching, Jalen would end up indirectly killing several hitters until their debt could be refinanced and consolidated, and then they were fine. Oh no, they actually died again, and then they were fine, maybe. They pitch for the Hawaii Fridays now. They're probably not fine. Your champions for season 6, the Baltimore Crabs. Season 7 saw the creation
I just love
of
it. It's just
BlazeBall's
like,
Hall
you're just
of
like, they're
Fame,
probably not
in
fine.
which dead
Anyways.
players are commemorated and fans can offer peanuts to them in a kind of literal peanut gallery. The excavation of the hall revealed
so cool.
BlazeBall's third mysterious entity, a giant squid of indeterminate size and intelligence and moral fiber. We're still not sure a lot about this guy. He keeps the people in the Hall of Flame company, or protects them, or ignores them, but he seems chill, although he did once try to eat a person.
One of my favorite
Your champion for season 7, the Mexico City Wild Wings. Your champion for season 8, the Baltimore Crabs again. By the end of season 8, competition between BlazeBall's teams was heating up. In the Forbidden Book, it said that any team that had won the season 3 times would ascend. Nobody knew what that meant, but everybody was very...
Rock Simulator? Ascending? Rock Simulator? Ascend? I used to know someone that had a crab shack selling crabs in Baltimore. It was called She Got Crabs. That's hilarious.
Oh no. I'm looking at the BlazeBall Cares merch. Oh no.
BlazeBall what merch?
BlazeBall Cares is the fan website that makes the merch. It's where I got my official like jersey and everything. And these guys make actual jerseys and actual stuff. It's incredible.
Oh yeah. I still really like the hat that just says "Trust me."
Oh, that's my ball cap. Not my... This is my beautiful BlazeBall hat, and it just says "Trust me" on the back of it. This used to be my hat before I got devil horns on my other one.
For Liam, now that you know what the place that he works at is called, now think of it, but it has, now think of that, but on the hat it just says "Trust me" on it. It's a little funny. It's a little bit humorous.
It's reversed on my camera, but yeah, it says "Trust me" and it has the eyeball and the purple rim.
They had a great Mother's Day ratio and ad where they're radio ad announcer had to say multiple times, "This is your Mother's Day. Give your mother crabs. Give your mom crabs." Oh my god.
What is it? Fun fact: my company's official website and like advertising stuff has photos of me in the Trust me hat.
That's lovely. I love that for
because they took photos of me working at the job in it, and I was like, this is gonna be really funny.
Oh no.
Where are my boys? Where are the Moist Talkers? The Canadian Moist Talkers.
What about them?
I don't know. I just wanted to look through what they got. Oh yeah, I forgot the shirt.
Oh, in merch.
Yes.
I just spelt a little bit of my tea, and I don't really know how I did that.
Talent?
Yeah, it's dripping. Brah. Why are you dripping? Cease.
No reason.
Cease that. Anyways.
No
Very
reason.
excited.
Trust the
The
reader.
Pies, Tigers, and Crabs had at this point won 2 seasons each, so the next season any of them won, that team would become BlazeBall's first ascended team. At the end of season 9, the Crabs looked sure to clinch their 3rd victory in a final against the underdog Charleston Shoe Thieves, only for the Shoe Thieves to go ahead and steal the finals out from under the Crabs, which was a terrific upset and a huge mistake, because this is the season where the shelled one went nuts.
After the finals of
intended,
Season
probably.
9, the Shelled One created a new team by summoning 12 players from across the league who were, at that moment, trapped inside peanut shells, as well as its 3 peanut progeny. This new team was called the Shelled One's Pods, and proceeded to give the Charleston Shoe Thieves the most hellacious dumpstering BlaseBall has ever seen. In very much the finale of the Discipline era, the Shelled One then announced that whoever won the next season would have one final chance to take on the Pods and save all of the league's players that the Shelled One was holding hostage. Your winner for season 2.
I feel like I need to make clear again that the antagonist of BlaseBall at the moment is a peanut. All right.
10 was actually the Baltimore Crabs this time. They stepped up to the plate and they got their ass beat again, exactly like the Shoe Thieves did. Worse, actually. They actually sucked worse than the Shoe Thieves.
Rip.
Really embarrassing time to be a Crab fan. This was BlaseBall's darkest hour. Only for another new team to emerge.
Dun, dun,
I think
dun.
what happened here was the microphone. And in that moment, from the Hall of Flame, emerged the Hall Stars. A new team made of BlaseBall's most beloved incinerated players took to the field, ready to battle with the Shelled One's team of stolen, idolized players. The stage was set. Oh, we're gonna get you, Mr. Shelled One. I don't know if I can go on, man. You have to save BlaseBall. Oh God, no! Not crying, no, not in BlaseBall.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Yes.
Oh man, I will miss him. With the defeat of the Shelled One, the Discipline era was over.
There was so much anger in him knocking the Shelled One. Oh my God.
Ascended. The Crabs were then replaced by new team, the Tokyo Lift, and play continued with Season 11.
That's Mission's
They don't
favorite
pay me
team,
enough to
so
talk
everyone
about
knows.
Season 11, and I won't do it.
Lame.
Your champions for Season 11? The Hellmouth Sunbeams. Now, to all you Beams fans watching this, I'm happy for you, but saying you're a champion because you won Season 11 is like saying you're a homeowner because you sleep in a haunted cave. The best thing that we can say about Season 11 of BlaseBall
What's
is
wrong
that
with
it
my
ended.
haunted cave?
And for the first time since the opening
Announcer
of
man.
the Forbidden Book,
it has
fans
bad
were
curb
offered a
appeal.
chance to write the
Bruh.
future of BlaseBall.
Pardon? Atlas, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific about what you're saying pardon to. We just watched a 10-minute video of absolute effing nonsense.
What do you mean? This makes perfect sense.
The cave part. That the idea of them winning Season 11 is like living in a haunted cave, or me saying that what's wrong with living in a haunted cave?
Or that the cave has bad curb appeal.
There's a lot that just happened.
There's a lot.
You
Both?
you cannot prove that I do not live in a haunted cave. Maybe this is all a green screen. How would you know?
I can confirm Altair does actually live in a haunted cave.
See?
Under the
Exactly.
sea. They have thingamabobs and thingamajigs all over.
This is true. I'm a goblin.
What?
We're confirming that I live in a haunted cave. Yeah,
You are a goblin.
this is true.
And I am in your bed.
Oh. Wait, where have I been meeting you? Liam, at my haunted cave. I don't... Hello?
Yeah, Liam, come on.
What about the who's-its and the what's-its? I don't know.
They were out of stock at Barnes & Noble's.
Speaking of, Liam, would you like to come to the haunted cave this Saturday?
This Saturday, live from the haunted cave.
But I don't remember a cave. Liam! Also, exactly. He remembers the cave. This is fine.
Yeehaw.
Why does my boss want to leave so early to go fishing? Turgeon, that is the most old man thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I am so sorry.
Guys, I'm going fishing.
I'm going fishing with my boss. Let's
Sorry,
go.
Turgeon.
I don't think you guys should be allowed to make fun of Virgin.
What?
You guys shouldn't be allowed to make fun of Turgeon.
We can only make fun of Turgeon for one thing, and it's literally just what he said right now. I have never had any other thing to make fun of him. Turgeon is just a perfect human being. Like,
He is.
This is true. Let me have this. We finished our project ahead of time, so I get to take tomorrow off to go fishing and get paid for the day. Turgeon, that sounds so cool for you. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that's happening. But we are leaving at 5 a.m. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Turgeon, would it be bad for you to call in sick on the day you're technically getting off? Because, honestly, if my boss was just like, hey, you can have tomorrow off, and we can go fishing, and you can get paid, and it'll be awesome. And then my boss drops but we do have to leave the house at 5 a.m. I would simply not go.
Ooh.
You know? It gives me 4 hours from now before I have to get up. Now, Turgeon. If this was work, I wouldn't say this, but because you're going fishing, I will. It's BlaseBall time. You need to watch BlaseBall. I'm sorry. It's BlaseBall time. I don't make the rules, but I do. It's BlaseBall
now
time.
Under new ownership, peace and prosperity has returned to Internet League BlaseBall. The future is bright.
He's definitely not reading off a script or anything.
It's fair play.
Was that okay? He's definitely not being held against his will or anything. That's definitely not what's happening.
He's fine.
He's completely fine. Alright, guys. Episode 2. It's BlaseBall time, Turgeon. BlaseBall.
Watch out now!
I really like that bit at the beginning because, by the sound of that ball hitting, you can tell that there is no one else in this room. You know? Mm-hmm. Like, just how that ball hit, there's no one else here. He's fine.
What's up, everyone? Tomorrow is the beginning of Season 15 of BlaseBall. I'm excited, you're excited, and we are here with a recap of what happened in the last 3 seasons. It's time for the BlaseBall Roundup.
It's time for the BlaseBall Roundup. Let's go.
Season 12 began years after the events of Season 11, and I tell you what, this anchor feels great. I don't feel a day over. The start of Season 12.
And that's another reason why I'm like, this is like Night Vale, because Cecil will never say how old he is, and like it's very, very heavily hinted at that Cecil has like not aged since he like turned like 30 something, and simply won't age because people in Night Vale can apparently just decide to not age if they don't feel ready to age. So, like, there's this one person who's, like, was, 19 for, 30 years or something like that, because she was just like, I don't feel ready to be an adult yet. And then she just skipped to 21, and she just turned 21.
Man, same. Can I just, stay 19 for a little bit longer?
No.
Oh, okay.
You are no longer going to be a teenager anymore. How does that make you feel?
I have 10 days left.
Oh my god. Bruh.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Am I getting invited over for birthday things?
I don't do anything for my birthday.
Do you want to do something for your birthday?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
If I don't do anything for my birthday, it doesn't happen, therefore I don't get older.
That's simply not how that works. I can't believe
I'm trying to prevent aging here. You're ruining my plans.
I don't think that's how you prevent aging.
Just gonna ignore it. Pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah, okay. That will work. It's definitely been working out for me very well.
I mean, you want to talk about that? Because...
What?
You don't look 25.
To be fair,
Wow.
They have a good point.
Okay, actually though, so like I met Spoons' like cousin.
I was about to say.
And like, oh my god. So like I met Spoons' cousin who's like I've never seen before ever. And we were like we had a lovely conversation. Like all three of us had lovely conversation and everything like that. But it got to the point where she was just like, "Wait, how old are you?" Because I'm pretty sure she said that she clocked me at like 16 or something like that. And like how I was talking was definitely not how a 16-year-old talks. And because I don't know what I was saying. I was talking about how I dropped out of university or something like that. Or something. It was something like that, or something that like definitely like someone who's 16 could. And then I was just like, "Oh, I'm 25," and she was like, "You're older than me," and I was like,
"Yeah,
I guess."
She's like 22.
She's like literally the same age as my brother. Like, I get it, but also like I don't know what a 25-year-old looks like. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, because like, okay, my parents will watch like America's Got Talent or The Voice or whatever, and then like these like people will come up on stage and they're like 18 and they look older than me. They'll be like, "I'm 18 years old," and I'm just like, "You look like a full adult that has an office job. I'm so sorry." I think it's how I dress, guys. I think that is actually the reason.
I think it's your face.
Oh no.
I think it's your face. Your face is round, it looks like baby. It's how I dress, guys.
Yes.
Liam, now when you put it in quotation marks like that, it makes me sound stupid. Bless you.
I mean, yeah.
Thank you.
Like, guys, one day what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to, did you guys see that TikTok trend of, like, people doing their, like, straight soda?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, so basically there's a bunch of people, on TikTok, I think it was around Thanksgiving time, and there was a bunch of people that were just like, "Ah yes, Thanksgiving time, where I have to put on my straight sona for my relatives." And so they will like show how they like normally dress and how they normally do their makeup and stuff like that, and then they will like show how they like show up to like Thanksgiving dinner with their family. They're really funny. Basically they just dress in a way that their family wants in the dress, so that they can avoid the conflict. But it was the fact that they were calling them straight sonas. Anyways, the point is that I think it'd be really funny one time if I did like my makeup, like I did makeup on my face because I don't actually put on makeup, and then like dressed in a way that people expect a 25-year-old to dress, just in like the wider society, and see if I look older or if I look like a child pretending to be an adult.
Can you like poorly draw on a beard with a Sharpie?
No. I don't look good with facial hair.
I think that's a lie. I stand by this. I have never met anyone who doesn't look good with facial hair.
I don't look good with facial hair.
Hold here. Next time you come over, I'll give you a makeover.
You're gonna give me a straight sona?
Yeah, I'll give you your straight sona. You can use some of my clothes.
Oh my god.
Spoons. Please give them a beard, Spoons.
I don't look good with facial hair. I seriously, I really don't. I really don't.
We haven't seen it.
I've seen it. I don't look good with facial hair. I just don't, guys. I just simply don't. I've done it for cosplay. Like, you know how, like, some people can, like, do, like, cosplay beards and mustaches and stuff, and they look really, really good? I don't. I look like a 15-year-old boy who's, like, trying to, like, grow his first beard, and, like, it's coming in super patchy, and so they get those, like, filler markers and just do too much. Like, it looks bad.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's bad. So Tommy... Okay, Tommy had the great advantage that his beard came in blonde, and so it didn't look that bad. I think it just looked weird on his face because we're not used to it, but you can't really see the patchiness because his hair was blonde, and so it, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't look good with facial hair. But it would be really fun. I don't know. Okay, I'm actually thinking about it. I don't know if I own clothes that would work as, like, a straight Sona, you know?
That's why you're gonna use my clothes.
Because even like some of the stuff that's, like, kind of, like, quote-unquote normal clothing is still, like, straight Sonas. But, like, you have to do, like, the really, like, the really small, like, kitten, like, eyeliner. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it looks so funny. We have to get a wig. I have to bring a wig.
Dude, I have lots of wigs.
I do too. I'm just no, but I'm trying to think, like, we would want to get a wig that's like my normal hair, so it'd be like curly brown.
I actually do have a wig like that.
If you don't, I think I do. Spider-like mascara. Yes! Oh, dude, I wonder if I have really old clumpy mascara. I probably do, honestly.
Rosie, you put that on your eyes?
It's kind of... It'd be really funny, though.
A little sus.
I'm trying to think, like, what else, like, gets put on. Like blush, like a very not very good, well-used blush. Yup. That was words. It would be really funny. We should do this one time. I'd find this very amusing.
This would be funny.
I feel like I would, like, scare people more than when I did my Bingus cosplay. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
Like, I feel like it would be, like, a lot. Anyways, BlaseBall.
It was great weather for BlaseBall. A
BlaseBall!
smattering of Sun 2 and black holes, a dash of feedback weather, a sprinkling of peanuts, and just a few solar eclipses to keep players on their toes.
Let's
However,
go!
the ILB had hardly any time to enjoy it before we were plunged into yet another fan-made crisis. If you watched the last BlaseBall roundup, you'll remember that after winning 3 championships, the Crabs became the first team to ascend and leave the league.
Guys, they ascended.
Well, wherever they went, it seems they began work on a new, improved Chesapeake racetrack and ballpark, aka the Crabitat. However, official reports state that in doing so, they broke too much ground. Breezing past several dire warnings, the Crabs indirectly breached the very rift between their new home and ours, collapsing them back into the BlaseBall League they just left, like a fart disobeying the very laws of physics to re-enter the human that just expelled it.
Now, can you guys imagine basically getting into heaven and then simply getting expelled out of it?
Oof.
Dorky, have you only been here for a month? Oh my god. See, when people do followages, and then, like, it says something like 2 months, and I'm like, I swear to god you've been here for, like, the entire year I've been streaming. What? That's crazy. Atlas, no. Atlas is, like, one of, like, I think, like, Atlas, Billy, and Catbird, or, it's not Catbird, Cakebird are, like, the ones that I'm just kind of like, what? Bunny, yo? Oh my god. Oh my god, Bunny's almost been here for half a year. Cat, sorry. Cakebird. I don't know where I keep getting Catbird, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Cakebird.
I think Catbird's funny.
Catbird is pretty funny. But, like, ew, honestly, me too. When I've been getting, a few, 7-month subs to people. So, like, I've been sub to people for 7 months-ish. That's disgusting, and I hate that. I think, Ninja, you're one of them.
What?
I should stop following /J. Oh, you're one of the like 2 people that I have a 7-month sub to.
Thank you.
Which is like, but like that's not okay though. That's too many months, I think. Oh yeah, but okay, so but Cakebird and Billy, like we've only been like known each other for like 2 months or something, like 2 or 3 months, which is like crazy. Because like I feel like I've known Cakebird for way longer than like 2 months. You know? That's stupid. Like, it's just like, I feel like it's just because I talk to Cakebird and Billy like quite a bit, because like Billy streams like a lot, like more than me. I used to be the one that streamed the most, but Billy definitely takes the cake with that, because oh boy. And then when Billy streams, I'm legally required to be in VC. So, and then Cakebird will also join, and so we talk a lot.
I helped them write out this contract. This is very legally binding.
Yeah. Billy kind of does take the cake. Oh my god. Liam, how close are you to 6 years? Because you must be close now, right? Because that's going to be pretty funny. It's not as close as I thought it was. How are there still people who don't know? That's awesome. The explanation is, technically I streamed for like maybe 3 or 4 months in 2016 when I made my account, and Liam was my one and only follower.
I subbed to Altier the moment Altier was like, hey guys, I have a Twitch. And then we all hopped over here.
Yup. 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 So, yeah, but like, yeah, so like Liam is definitely the person who's been following me the longest, for sure. Like, there's no way anyone, yeah. So if you guys want an accurate representation of how long I've had this account, that would also be it. I thought you were so much closer to 6 years, though. I'm like, now I want to know what, like, what months I actually made my account. I don't count it, by the way, because, like, I didn't stream for, like, a very long time in the middle of that. 1 year? Oh my god. Well, just so after I was trying to talk for the past half hour. No, Keith! No! A year? Oh my god. Oh my god. See, I feel like Keith and Ninjor and Dragon will be the people that, like, have the more accurate representation of, like, how long I've been streaming and everything like that, because they're the people who followed me when I, like, actually got back into streaming. I'm so trying. I just said F you. No. No, Keith. Anyways, BlaseBall. Sorry.
The good news is that wherever the crabs came from, they weren't the only team to get sucked through the rift. I am thrilled to announce the arrival of 3 new teams, bringing the total number of teams in the ILB to 24! I am thrilled to oh, okay, are you gonna do this 3 times? Because that's less. I am thrilled to announce the arrival of, it's got confetti on, the arrival of the Ohio Worms from Ohio.
Yep.
The Atlantis Georges from Atlantis.
Yep, Atlantis.
And the core mechanics from deep below the surface of the Earth.
I like this bit.
Oh, I've just heard the core mechanics are not from below the surface from the Earth. They're from a place called the Pillars, which is a shame because the Pillars aren't below the surface of the Earth, and that was a really good bit.
It was.
Everybody, please make our 3 new teams feel right at home, because it's not totally clear if they can ever go home again.
Rip.
More importantly, this rift is still open and absolutely gushing with cosmic immateria, which has flooded many of the ILB's scheduled games. But it takes more than a riptide of indeterminate origin for the ILB to consider stopping play. Instead, flooding has been categorized as a new kind of weather that sometimes sweeps players off their feet and occasionally out of games and sometimes out of the league. But don't worry, because so far, almost all of these players have been able to find their way back to their teams in a few days or weeks. Finally,
that's like no joke. One of my favorite parts of the entire like roundup is just him being like days or weeks. I don't know why. It's just a good
season
expression.
12 wouldn't be complete without mention of Chorby Short, batter for the Yellowstone Magic.
Chorby!
Due to the Yellowstone Magic's signature blood type, meaning their batters can't strike out if there are no balls in the count, when faced with a killer pitcher who only throws strikes, Chorby wasn't a good enough hitter to do anything other than foul pitches off for hours at a time. I've got a chart here.
Chorby is like one of the worst players of all time.
Spoons. You haven't been following me for a whole year yet?
You know why it says 11 months, okay?
Do I?
It's because that one time where Dragon and I were like, haha, we're gonna unfollow you, and then we did, and then we lost. Yeah.
That's really funny.
Because I've technically been following you since you started streaming again. So, like, yeah, over a year now.
That sounds like a big L for you, I think.
Yeah.
Society of Internet BlaseBall research showing foul balls per batter in Season 12. Chorby Short hit a finger-shattering total of 2,345 fouls. But how is it possible that Chorby Short could be trapped in the batter's box by their own blood? To help us understand, please
this is where the mild blood is.
And... Thanks, everybody. God, wasn't that amazing? Your finals for Season 12 saw the proud Hades Tigers take on Korea grunge holdouts.
Just don't worry
the
about
Seattle
it.
Garages.
You know?
The Garages so nearly took home their first championships, only for the Tigers to savage them in a fifth and final game, taking home their third championship.
Just don't worry about it.
Their third win. So did they ascend like the Crabs did? Well, no. Clearly Ascension wasn't actually getting rid of teams. So instead, BlaseBall's fans were given the option of voting on what would replace Ascension. And in a spine-tingling new development, it was decided that a team with 3 wins would now evolve into something a little closer to their namesake. In the blink of an eye, the Crabs gained the power of carcinization, and the Tigers gained a power that the league is calling...
I really like how his little, like, thing here is not attached to anything. Like, it's not attached to anything. There's just a string here. It's not attached to anything. How's your day, Altier? Pretty good. I went to work. I got approximately 5 hours of sleep, which is not so great, but I didn't fall asleep at work. It was muggy and warm. But, like, nothing stressful happened, and we completed the thing that we were supposed to do. So, you know? So it was a good day. It's for the aesthetic. Exactly. That's what I mean. It's just, I swear to God, this person probably took, like an earbud, tape, and then attached it to, like, a wire. Like a telephone cord thing, and then that's it.
Y'all hear me now?
Yep. Hello.
Thank God. Jeez. I switched back to my computer because the phone just said no.
Rip.
So, chat, yeah, I've been trying to talk for like the last half an hour.
Oof.
And it's just like, nope, no one's hearing me. So,
Rip.
for some reason, my phone mic just died.
Uh-oh.
Why? No, I do know why, because I dropped the damn phone in a literal puddle of motor oil.
Ooh.
How the damn thing still works, I have no idea.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
But, yeah.
Put it in some rice.
That's not it. I can't pull the back off the phone, so that simply
Get the
doesn't
rice.
This was almost 2 years ago.
Oh, well.
You should be fine. Just put in some rice.
Rice.
Did you try rice?
Have you? Okay, but Keith, have you tried putting it in some rice?
Oh. Oh.
Keith, are you okay?
You tried turning it on and off again.
Oh no.
You laughed again.
Is it gone? Oh no. Keith was just like, F you guys. I'm out. I don't want to talk about BlaseBall.
Yeah.
Are you done? No. BlaseBall.
Ambush. I'm not going to get into it here, but both of those powers are super messed up. BlaseBall fans were, however, able to immediately ignore these disturbing developments with the arrival of some much-needed retail therapy.
Retail
in Season
therapy,
13.
let's go!
With the crab attack
We
now
shop
a
the
temporary
pain away.
monument to the crab's superiority.
Wait,
the
can we
fan
take
bases
in
of
just how
remaining
good the name the
23
Krabitat is?
The Krabitat is an awesome name. Also, guys, money time. Guys, monetization. Guys,
Cakebird, get in here.
money.
It's your time to shine. Or harass Altier about money. Again.
No. Cakebird doesn't harass me about money. Cakebird harasses me about numbers. There's a difference. I don't talk about money. I talk about numbers. There is a difference.
Numbers that happen to also include monetization.
They don't actually.
Computer, please.
Usually.
For the love of everything. Don't.
Because I never talk about anything that has to do with money, actually, like ads, subs, monetization on YouTube, because I don't have enough data for it, you know? It's true. I don't know why you're, like, being sarcastic about it. My dude. I don't talk about numbers like that.
3 teams began fundraising drives for their new ballparks with laudable prioritizing of speed over health and safety.
Yep.
The New York Millennials rapidly erected the New York Arena, aka Batten Island. The Dallas Steaks rapidly raised the new George Foreman Stadium, aka the Steakhouse, and the Ohio Worms built, hang on, I want to get this right, the Wapakoneta Air, Space and Worm Museum and Ballpark, aka the Wormhole.
Got it right.
However, when building these ballparks, each team was given a selection of prefabricated frames to choose
The
from.
wormhole.
And
The
in one of
wormhole. The
funniest
Wakanita.
accidents ever seen, no less than 6 teams chose the Loge prefab.
It's like the
utterly
spoon hole.
persuaded by a description that read,
I hate that for
open
you.
air and
God
easy
damn it.
access make this the perfect event space. What this meant in
anyways, I
practice
need to
is
go
that the
'cause I
Loge
am
stadiums
backed up
are
on laundry.
completely open to the
Bye-bye.
elements, leading to a terrific quantity of injuries. Pitcher Combs Estes of the Breckenridge Jazz Hands had maybe the worst season in BlaseBall history thus
Rip.
far. Halfway through season 13, Estes swallowed a stray peanut falling from the sky and suffered a crippling allergic reaction. A couple of weeks later, a burst of feedback shuffled the Jazz Hands roster so that Combs wasn't a pitcher anymore, but a batter, which they were real bad at. 8 days later, they had their blood drained in a game against the Houston Spies, and then on the second to last game of the season, 2 days from a well-deserved rest, Combs caught fire and died.
Rip Combs.
At this point in the program, we're going to have a brief moment of silence for all of the BlaseBall
Alright, everyone,
athletes
brief moment of silence.
who lost their lives in seasons 12 through 14. Oh, sorry, was I not eating silently? Oh, that does remind me that the monitor, who was previously the overseer of the Hall of Flame containing BlaseBall's dead players, was promoted to BlaseBall's head of food and beverage, which is
Good for
ominous,
them.
but also delicious.
Good for
what
them.
else happened in season 13? Well, there was one game where pitcher Montgomery Bullock took on opposing pitcher Montgomery Mullock. That was a real highlight.
Montgomery
There was also a game
Mullock.
between the San Francisco Lovers and the Hawaii Fridays, where pitcher Yosh Carpenter pitched for both teams, with observers stating that Yosh just never left the pitcher's mound. Although, as yet, we're uncertain whether this was a ripple in space-time or Yosh was just super confused. Now, your finals.
I love how that's the two options. Either there was a ripple in space-time, that's option one, or the guy was really confused. Now, using Arkham's Razor, I'm thinking ripple
Whose
in
razor?
space-time. Occam's Razor?
Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure, and hear me out here, he just never left.
No, but hear me out. Hear me out. Ripple in space-time makes more sense, I think.
Yeah.
I would argue that the man, no one told him to get off the pitcher's mount, so he just stood there. Makes more sense, but...
God, every third sentence is a banger quote. I know, right? He's just like, now hold on. Honestly, though, I feel like I could out of context quote, like, this entire video, and no one would know what I'm talking about at all. Like, it'd be like, where's this from?
Everything out of context is simply out of context.
Yes. But I mean, like, usually when you read an out of context thing, you can kind of guess what the context is. I don't think people would be like, ah, yes, BlaseBall.
Season 14 saw the really quite good now, actually, Los Angeles Unlimited Tacos take on returning champions, the Baltimore Crabs. And in a 3-game-to-0 shutout, the Crabs made of the Tacos to claim their 4th.
Now, what do you think that
victory.
censored word was?
Next up was season 14, in which things got weird. Given the option of renovating their new stadiums, no less than half the league chose to install cool new psychoacoustic sound systems. But these had a weird interaction with the cosmic entity known as the microphone, which is believed to be a kind of undying broadcast of deceased BlaseBall player Wyatt Mason. Now, in the terrific burst of static that followed, every team that built one of these psychoacoustic sound systems found a copy of Wyatt Mason had been birthed or broadcasted, or if you prefer, birthcasted onto that team. Stranger still, when these duplicates of Wyatt Mason faced with one another in games, they would cancel one another out as if they had never existed. Which excitingly means I get to update my chart from last episode. In season 13, the league went from 0 Wyatt Masons to 13 Wyatt Masons and is now down to 2 Wyatt Masons, which feels manageable. Oh,
which
what's
feels
next?
manageable.
Ah, yes. Murder. I'm not sure it's murder, actually, but athletes are going missing in the ILB, and not for normal reasons like they got stuck in a peanut. In season 14, the ILB...
Enough for... What? Y'all?
So... I just found out that BlaseBall was making a card game. And the... fund has been completed and then some.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Interesting.
Are you sure it's a card game and not, like, baseball cards?
Hold on. I am putting a link in your chat, and it's probably gonna boop
It's gonna boop you. Yep. I don't know why you tried.
Boop away.
I can't... You do realize when it boops you, it doesn't show the link anymore. It's just gone.
Right. Fine. So I'm gonna go and put it in the Discord, just in off topic.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
I'm gonna put it there.
ILB declared these athletes officially missing and declared the Kansas City Breath Mint Stadium, the Fresh Dome, and the Shoe Thieves Zone Shoe Stadium as active crime scenes. The ILB also empowered 2 athletes known by the names Uncle Plasma and Liquid Friend to investigate these cases. Although I should clarify, they can investigate the cases as and when their official ILB sanctioned games take them to those stadiums if there is still time after the games. I feel safer already. What the shit was that? Are they inside? Okay, nothing to worry about, everybody. We don't have any murderers in the studio, but it seems that when those 4 teams traveled through from wherever they weren't the only beings to have traveled through that rift. The BlaseBall Roundup can now confirm the reports that packs of mindless, hungry beings the ILB has termed consumers are in fact attacking BlaseBall teams and leaving prize athletes
comedy, it being called the consumers.
Selves. The ILB has displayed incredible generosity and esprit de corps by equipping every BlaseBall team with a device that blinks red when consumers are near. The red light first appeared next to the Hades Tigers, and so everyone had a great time joking it was a laser pointer. That is until consumers showed up and absolutely Hades batter Nicholas Mora. More on this situation as it develops, which it might not develop at all. The consumers might just go away. Your finals for season 14 saw the Los Angeles Tacos this time
they might just go away.
Canada Moist Talkers, and once again, the Canada Moist Talkers made
we
wet burritos
won.
of the tacos,
Let's
knocking them out 3 games to none, which leaves this anchor with the question for the tacos: is getting to the finals and now losing 3 games to none now your thing? Because if so, that's hilarious. That has been your BlaseBall Roundup, everybody. Now, let's hear from the teams.
Hearing from the teams.
Apparently,
this is probably the funniest
some
part
of the teams
episodes.
that I leveled constructive criticism at in the last BlaseBall Roundup had nothing better to do than respond, and I am legally obligated to read some of these out.
Legally.
If you'd like to write me with tips or complaints, apparently you can do that at blazeballroundup@gmail.com.
He's just like, I didn't sign up for this.
Okay, so last episode I said that the Hades Tigers hadn't won a 3rd championship because they weren't good enough for BlaseBall. They have now regressively won a 3rd championship, so this is from some Hades Tigers fans. Many stripes, 1 tiger, 3 championships. We are good at BlaseBall. That's nice, proving that Hades Tigers fans can speak in complete sentences and sometimes count. Did you get Wimdied in because there's no way they chose you to be the anchor on purpose? That's just rude. You said the Hades Tigers aren't good enough at BlaseBall. This from the anchor with the cheapest suit I've ever seen. Go ask Cash Money for a loan and get some better threads. You know what? That's enough from the Tigers. I also said some disparaging things about the Chicago firefighters. I've got
His
one
suit
letter from
does
the
look like it's
firefighters
made
that
out of
just
paper,
reads,
to be fair.
We are all from Chicago, and then they've included this map. Apparently the red bit is Chicago, and the blue bit is Lake. Michigan, which is that's obviously wrong. Moving on, I also called the Philly Pies an oven-ready disaster. I should have known better than to insult Philadelphians. It's a bit like kicking a nest full of hornets who, even by hornet standards, really can't spell at all. This is from a Philly Pies fan. Don't care, didn't watch. Well, that seems unlikely. Oven-ready disaster, shaking my head. Bet this dude doesn't even know how to make a proper interwoven lattice crust. No comment. The Philly Pies aren't about being good or liked. The Pies are about starting an incident in the Tasty Cake Stadium parking lot after the game, whether we won or not. You know what? I can respect that. Not technically words, but I would like you to pie the anchor. No words necessary, only pie. Well, the person who did that didn't think this through, did they? Because they're currently sat at home, so...
Get pied, anchor.
Turn the cameras off!
Why does he have blood on him? Sorry, I was just listening, not watching. Because they were demonstrating how someone can get trapped by their own blood in the place where they sit before they go on the field. I forget what it's called. But what happened was they're like, oh, this doctor redacted, and this doctor redacted are gonna show us, and then it goes static, and it's like, we ain't showing you this, and then like it literally cuts to him just being like, great for that demonstration, and he's like covered in blood. Yup.
Shit.
Anyways. The Forbidden Book, we were warned. BlaseBall. Playlist. The roundup. I don't know why I didn't click this in the first place. Now. This is the episode where I would always fall asleep, so I haven't actually watched this episode. But, now here's the thing, guys. It has been 2 hours. How many more of these are there?
There is...
Oh, there's 3.
I believe 5 total.
Yeah. So, it might be a longer stream, and we just watch the rest of this. I think.
I mean, works for me.
Yeah. I think, yeah, because unlike the back rooms, I don't think there would be, like, enough for us to do this again. So this is, yeah, we're gonna just watch all of them. Dun dun dum. So yeah, this is the one that I usually fall asleep at, so I don't actually know what happens in here. Not because it's boring, because we usually watch this late at night.
If you barricaded it. Well, obviously we can't go on with the roundup. No! What's up, everyone? Tomorrow is the beginning of season 18
He looks a little scared.
BlaseBall, which means I have to round up the last 3 seasons. It's time for the BlaseBall roundup. We begin with a public service announcement. Internet League BlaseBall appears to be sinking, just not through the 3-dimensional reality that you might be familiar with. In the last roundup, we reported that BlaseBall athletes were under attack from largely speculative creatures scientifically known as consumers. Well, season 15 of BlaseBall began with the unwashed conspiracy theorists of Cyber, the Society of Internet BlaseBall Research, presenting a working theory behind the attacks. Imagine this whiteboard as our reality. You and me can travel in 3 dimensions and perceive a 4th dimension of time.
Yep.
Cyber has deduced that our reality is slipping into a 5th dimension. And not only that, it's doing so unevenly. So while the people on this side of the reality might be fine, the people here might be slipping deeper into where consumers gather without even knowing it. Truly, this is the ILB's darkest... I can't put this back. Cut to the backup anchor with the backup feature.
Crabs.
Got it! You absolutely nailed that, kid. You're gonna be a star. So the question isn't why consumers are attacking some team franchises and not others. It's why some teams are traveling further into this 5th dimension than others, and it's down to a statistic known as E-density.
Yep,
Your
scientifically.
E-density is made up of some physical objects like how many players you have
Not to
and
get
how many
confused with
renovations
any
you've
other
bolted onto your stadium, but also some physical concepts like how many championships you've won and the size of the egos on your team. I've got a terrific chart here from Dealer Row of Cyber showing Team E-density as play began in Season 15.
Hello,
You'll
Billy!
See here that the Miami
We're talking about
my
BlaseBall.
team, also the team of BlaseBall's ticker, who seems to have misinterpreted that anybody cares what it thinks. In holding hardly any wins and a large amount of buoyant shame, the Dale quickly defined themselves as the lightest team in the league. A marvelous achievement for a team with a boat for a logo. Whereas the heaviest team actually isn't on this chart. Here's another chart. This here is the Seattle Garages, who the instant play began in Season 15 began plummeting downwards like a child trying to cross a river while holding a bowling ball. And that bowling ball was a player.
named Chorby Soul. Not to be confused with Chorby Short, who was mentioned in the last roundup for hitting thousands of foul balls. Chorby Soul simply has a soul that's absolutely massive. I'll just
That's
show
so
you
cool
another
for him.
chart,
Good for
this
him.
time from If Biff of Cyber. This one's showing consumer attacks per player in just one season. Chorby got attacked a whopping 138 times. Ever since season 15, fans have been passing Chorby Soul around like a kind of hot potato, or perhaps a steaming hot bucket of chum. In the last 3 seasons, Chorby has been clandestinely passed from the Seattle garages onto the New York millennials, who tried to reform Chorby, which only succeeded at making them
Avocado
unstable.
toast.
They then burst into flame during a solar eclipse, were resurrected to play for the Boston Flowers. The Boston Flowers then slipped them onto the Baltimore Crabs, only for them to burst into flame again during the first day of season 17.
Nice.
What an incredible career Chorby Soul has had. And I believe now on the line, we should have an interview with Chorby Soul. Welcome to the BlaseBall Roundup. Can you hear us? Would you like to describe how the last few seasons have gone for you? No, cut it. Cut the feed. Great job, Alan. But season 15 wasn't only
Good job,
noticeable for
Alan.
discovering that our reality is
my
collapsing towards
favorite
the hunting ground of
idea
unknown
is that
predators.
there's simply no one else in the room.
Also,
There's only
the
one
first time
person
the
holding
Miami
the camera,
Dolly,
and that's it. There's no one else in this room.
Underdogs made it into
I thought
the
it was on a
postseason.
tripod.
They were immediately back.
Well, they show the camera guys
Hades
sometimes.
Tigers, and the
Oh,
Moist
you're
Talkers would go on to win the actual championship for the
Yo,
second time in a row. making
we
them
won
instantly
again. Let's
unlikable.
go.
But more importantly,
Hey, my boys.
Max Velocity Barrera! As if in celebration of the Dale's outsized achievement, season 16 began with an outsized gift from ILB management
Canadian
as
Moist
BlaseBall
Talkers,
entered the
let's
era
go.
of mass production. Teams throughout the ILB began receiving care packages.
Now, see, here's the thing. I would buy so much Canadian Moist Talker merch if I wanted to walk around with a t-shirt that says Moist Talker on it. You know what I mean?
I'm already wearing it.
It
looks great. This is the shirt I sleep in.
See, the thing is that, like, it's the only Canadian team, and, like, see,
That
like,
does not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah.
Ninja.
Yeah, like, see, the thing is that, like, let's say you're, like, the Tokyo Lift, right? That's a pretty cool name to have on a shirt. Or, like, literally any other one. Wait, these guys have merch? Yeah, they do have merch. They have, like baseball jerseys and stuff, and baseball caps. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Like, Ninja has a baseball cap that is, one of the entities that's like an eye, and it just says "Trust Me" on the back, which is pretty cool. They all have jerseys. Every single team has jerseys, baseball caps. There is, like, just stuff like that. Yep.
I want the core bomber jacket so bad. It looks so
there's
good.
bomber jackets as well.
I'll wait. Let me send you what it looks like.
But you see what I mean? Like, okay, so, like, because I love the Canadian Moist Talkers, but then also I don't want to walk around with a shirt that says Canadian Moist Talkers on it. Because at least the other ones actually sound like real team that exists.
Not
Yo,
like.
Oh my god,
Altier, look
your
at the
mic
Core
is so
Mechanics
crunchy.
jacket. Your mic has gotten real bad, bro.
I mean, again, I had to switch to a different mic.
It's very, very loud.
Okay, let me,
Altier, look at that
adjust
jacket I
on
sent
that.
you.
Okay, I'll look at it.
Just.
Oh.
Is that a little bit better?
A little bit. Oh, yo. Oh, yo.
I know, right?
Oh, dude, okay,
Like,
so,
that's
like...
fire.
The jacket is, like... It kind of looks, I don't know how to describe it. It looks bomb, though.
I think depending on
that a bit better?
how my new
Yes.
job goes, I'll buy it.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty bomb. It's pretty bomb. Ha, lol.
Bomb.com.
Packages containing bats, shoes, hats, gloves, jerseys, even rings and sunglasses. Now, to my mind, this raises exactly 4 questions, starting with, what does this mean for BlaseBall? Where did these items
Why
come
is this
from?
tie
Why
around
did
his
we get
head?
them for free?
No clue.
And what were players batting with before?
I guess he's just
I
vibing.
personally would start, which one? Oh, like the bottom? Oh, neither?
audio.
Oh, no, none of them. Oh, okay, easy peasy. What this means for BlaseBall is that it just got a whole lot cooler.
Nice.
BlaseBall athletes are now achieving
Nice.
never-before-seen performance levels. Some choice items unpackaged so far include Blood Hamburger of the Charleston Shoe Thieves gaining a slimy leg bat,
That's
Socks
pretty fun.
Maybe of the Chicago Firefighters unboxing metaphorical shoes, and
Me too.
Kaz Fiasco of the Hellmouth Sunbeams briefly wearing 2 performance-enhancing hats at once, a normal cap and a plant-based cap. Which is maybe the most interesting thing the Sunbeams have done since, This equipment had a fascinating interaction with a new kind of weather recently categorized by the ILB. Schools of salmon have been seen swimming upstream against the immateria that's been flooding so many games, dragging backwards with them little eddies of time that have seen teams' equipment being restored to before it had suffered wear and tear, as well as occasionally rewinding innings so that some teams get to play them all over again, sometimes erasing runs in the process. The Hawaii
Rip.
Fridays were very quick to dub this a Grand Sam. Some teams equip their ballparks with salmon cannons to manipulate the flow of these fish, although as yet these cannons have only succeeded at yeeting opposing players elsewhere.
Now that could come in handy.
I just want to appreciate that this guy is like trying to like emulate like a very like professional anchor, trying to do his job, and then he was just like, but what if we use yeet as a verb in our funny haha YouTube video, unironically, just yeeting opposing players elsewhere. Elsewhere being like not like, oh, they went elsewhere, like elsewhere like capital, like that is a place. By the way.
There is also a good period of time where they just all got lost. Sometimes people just get lost.
Yeah.
And we lose them for a couple of months.
I mean, fair.
Yeah. They'll come back eventually.
They're just vibing somewhere.
In a few days or weeks.
It's a beautiful game.
I think the longest we lost someone for
Only
a
all
few
such
months.
disappearances
Nice.
were quite so hilarious.
They're a little bit funny though.
In the last roundup, I reported
I love the
that some
CSI.
basketball athletes had been going missing, and the ILB had nominated the dynamic duo of Uncle Plasma and Liquid Friend to investigate. But I think it's fair to say that this situation is now
unfortunate but still generally tolerable.
the biggest development in the case is that Liquid Friend's file
The
now
TTS
says they
being
have
like,
been scrambled,
Liquid
which
Friends.
sounds counterproductive. Meanwhile, dozens and dozens more players have gone missing, and even more troubling, some of them have come back again, wandering into games and joining different teams as if nothing had happened, except now they seem different. I think I speak for a lot of BlaseBall fans when I say that these two need to get their act together. The Season 16 finals, at least, arrived like a soothing ointment applied to BlaseBall fans suffering the sting of loss. The finals saw the two most wholesome teams in the ILB, the Chicago Firefighters and the Dallas Stakes, duking it out, only for the Stakes to make it through the fire. I think I speak for a lot of BlaseBall fans when I say, hey Stakes, well done.
Nice.
Finally, we arrive at Season 17,
Wholesome
and in a first
teams.
for the BlaseBall Roundup, we're going to give it to you from the perspective of just one team. I'm talking about the Yellowstone Magic, who had a season for the history books. Magic fans had a good feeling going into Season 15. As any long-term BlaseBall fan will tell you, this was a horrible mistake. The Magic were about to have a close encounter with whatever was behind these recent disappearances.
Uh-oh.
On day 4 of Season 15, Wyatt Glover vanished. On day 33, they lost track of star batter and champion fouler Chorby Short. In the mid-season, Magic fans boldly agreed to build a new secret base just off second base while having absolutely no idea what it did, and Kurt Kruller vanished into it and just never came out again. Then on day 82, Tiana Wheeler and Elizabeth Elliott were both attacked by
consumers. Horrible!
Oh, no.
And unbelievably, it gets worse. During
No,
season 16,
it gets
Oscar Dolly
worse.
and
Yeah.
Tiana Wheeler were both disappeared. And during a deeply chaotic
Similar.
election season, Magic fans voted to remove Elizabeth Elliott from the
Prism.
roster. This
The
means
story's
that the
all-
Magic limped into season 17 with just 8 players, which was obviously heartbreaking for Magic fans, but it also wasn't strictly illegal. What happened next? Well, you could describe it as a kind of magic. I describe it as spooky as balls. Cycling through
Nice.
just 4 batters. Fans described seeing batters for the Magic step up to the plate while the same batter was still on base. And despite having just a handful of players to field with, they didn't appear to lack any fielders. It appears that ILB-sanctioned games abhor a vacuum, and so somehow 8 great players became 14 great players, almost taking the Magic to the greatest record in ILB history: 72 wins
Not
to
the Magic
27
fans.
losses.
6K
The Magic
channel
did
points?
not
Yo,
go on
let's
to
go,
win
Dorothy.
Season 17.
The
but
Magic
story
fans, you mean
does
the
have
4
a happy
people?
ending after all, which is that the Miami Darling made it to the
Yikes.
postseason again, baby! Look, I made them a special crown in my spare time.
That's so cool for you.
Alan. Oh, the Dalai actually got to the semi-finals this time, only to be swept
I
3
love how
games
he's
to
holding
nothing
the
by
can
the
so
LA
you can't
Unlimited
see what it
Tacos,
is.
who then went on to sweep the Hawaii Fridays 3 games
It-
to
it
nothing
has to be
in the
alcohol.
finals. So
Just-
much to unpack
it
here.
has to
First
be.
off, Dalai. Second
No,
off,
no, no, but that's
this
not what I mean.
season,
I mean,
season
like,
17
he's
marked
holding
the
it like that so you don't see what
9th time
brand
the
it
Yeah,
is.
Philippines
brand
got
name,
to the
though.
postseason and failed to win the 3rd championship
I mean,
that let
yes,
them evolve.
but my
Also,
opinion
Hawaii
is
Fridays
just
made
it
it to the
has to be
final for the first
alcohol,
time.
because
That's awesome.
it has
Most
to.
importantly,
I'm sure there's
this
nothing in that
shows
can.
that this anchor was correct to make fun of the Tacos in the last roundup for getting to the finals and getting swept. Because clearly, someone gave them the boost they needed to become champions.
Yup.
Season 17
Yep.
then ended with
It-
a marvelous
happening
bit
here
of
now.
That's
ceremony.
exactly what
With
happened.
star players York Silk and Nagomi McDaniel each receiving their 5th Most Valuable Player award, which saw them being granted legendary status. And they
Yo.
were moved into something called the Vault.
Legend.
So now, no harm can come to
Oh.
either of them because
They're
they're
stuck
not
there.
going to be playing anymore.
Legendary.
But that sucks. Let's hear from the teams.
Guys, they took the 2 best players in the entire league and were like, no, too precious. In Vault you go.
After some confusion in the last BlaseBall roundup as to where BlaseBall team the core mechanics are actually from, I believe the clarification has made it from the core mechanics computer to the committee's computer to our fax machine, and this should clear everything. What am I supposed to do with this? It looks like a dissertation ain't edible because the second edible hadn't done anything yet. We got an email from one Robin Cafferata. It reads, please talk about
That sounds
Boston
like
Flowers. They are my team. Thanks. No.
No.
This is from
That's like when Sneak Snag is streaming and someone's just like, hey, you should do this, like raid someone or play a game, he will just be like, no.
Hey, raid what? Raid. Hey, go raid. Oh god, dang it.
Hey, raid.
Raid
shout out.
Rambu. Raid Rambu.
Raid Rambu. Okay, do you know how many times people like come into his chat when he like first of all when he's just started streaming and we'll be like, you should raid Rambu, and it's like, for why though? Like
I feel
there's
like this
no
is-
Been here
reason.
for
Yeah.
20 minutes. Why?
For why though?
a viewer called Aqua. Dear Ranker, I am a fan of the Boston Flowers. You said some rather hurtful things about us on Twitter, and it made me very upset. Thank you for your time. Here's $10. That's more like it. Aqua, our team couldn't figure out how to get the $10 out of your email. It just seemed like a normal JPEG. Please send follow-up instructions. If the rest of you want to get in on the hurtful things I say on Twitter, give me a follow at BlazeRound. This is a weird one. We here at the Redacted would like to thank you for not mentioning our team. Please continue to avoid discussing the Redacted or countermeasures may have to be taken. I know who this is from.
I don't.
San Francisco lovers, stop playing games. I've told you once before. Also, keep playing the game of BlaseBall. Hawaii Fridays. I got your email with the subject line action item to schedule an interview with some of your players on the attached calendar, but the calendar just looked like this. It's not helpful when you do that. I didn't know what to do. I've actually got a message for the Kansas City Breath Mints, and that is you lot all need to stop sending me emails with the subject line the Breath Mints and the body the Breath Mints. It's not big, it's not clever, and our internet service provider actually charges us by email, so it is very expensive. But not as utterly bloody pointless as the Baltimore Crabs sending in this script for Crab Movie, which I figured out halfway through is just Jerry Seinfeld's B Movie 2 with the word B, Control F replaced with the word crab.
Yep.
Here's a quote. We're hitting a sunflower patch 6 miles from here tomorrow. What do you think, Buzzy Boy? Are you crab enough? I can prove it too. At 13 points in this script, the word bin has been changed into the word crabben. This isn't just disappointing Crabs fans, it's pathetic. Although, after the Crabs' performance in the last couple of seasons, I'm sure Crabs fans are getting used to being embarrassed in public. Ah, cool. All right, up next, we have a much more impressive letter from a more impressive team. A legal threat from the LA Unlimited Tacos. Can we bring the whole thing up on screen, actually?
Oh, boy.
Thanks. Do pause the roundup if you want to read it all. I've got nothing to hide. Here's a summary. Quote, due to your slanderous statement in the public broadcast entitled the BlaseBall Roundup, wherein you likened my client to that of a wet burrito, you are now receiving this notice to cease and desist. Oh, and apparently Rat Mason of the Tacos included this picture. Amazing, really, that the Tacos have decided with their 8 brain cells that what would really be good for their brand is threatening the free press. Fortunately, while the Tacos are playing chess, I'm playing... I don't have time to play chess, because the moment their legal threat came in, I contacted the finest legal team in the ILB, that of the Mexico City Wild Wings, and I said that in return for acting as my defense, I'd give them positive coverage on the roundup. Joke's on them. The Wild Wings are one of my favorite teams in the ILB. Bert Gonzalez is my favorite pitcher. So, Tacos, stick this in your taquito and smoke it. I haven't read this yet. Let's bring this up on screen. It is the conclusion of the Wild Wings legal team that whereas the remarks of our client, the anchor, may be construed as slanderous out of context, they are defensible on the grounds that no reasonable person could have expected that his opinions would be taken seriously, having presented himself to be spineless, at times unmoored, and barely in control of his own broadcast. We would also like to express concern about a worrying legal precedent that would be set by allowing a person of such anti-gravitas as the anchor to be held responsible for actions.
I'd like to note, this was a real legal defense used, and it worked.
Oh, yeah. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
had no way of knowing that it would be taken seriously. It's been used, like...
Oh, yeah, it's like, they're so
lot.
dumb, we have to believe, you cannot physically believe that this could be true.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite legal fact.
Alright, now we're getting to, like, the video where, like, I super was not awake.
I passed out during it, but I don't remember exactly what I did.
We have 2 more videos. Oh my god.
What's up, everyone?
Oh my god, there's
Tomorrow
wedding dolls.
is the beginning of season 20 of BlaseBall. Which means
I'm
it's time to
scared.
We've
tell you what
improved.
happened in season 18 and 19.
Have we? Is this
Perhaps
improvement?
It will be faster to tell you what
Yeah.
didn't happen.
Is this what improvement looks like?
and 19.
Arguably.
Obviously, I'm not actually going to do that. It's time for the BlaseBall roundup.
BlaseBall roundup.
Season 18 of BlaseBall began with the ribbon cutting of not 1, but 2 brand new ILB facilities. BlaseBall fans may now visit a library that makes archives of BlaseBall's ancient history available to the public. We reached out to the league historian to ask if these records would be in any way biased in favor of certain figures in ILB management or teams, players,
peak
eras, or
performance
seasons.
looks like.
To which they replied, Riptide overtakes the current, stacks repeat, rhyme, spinning history, ends over ends, over ends. So you'd
The
be
end
forgiven
is
for
never
thinking
the
they
end,
didn't
the
answer
never
our
end,
question,
never
but,
the end.
I'm sure they did. One document already released refers to the first ever team franchise in BlazeBall history, the Alaskan Immortals, who played in something called the Ultra League.
You good?
Wait.
The other facility that opened is the new gift shop. This allows different BlazeBall teams to buy one another gifts. Basically, fans can now collaborate on their team's wish list of loot, boosts, traits, and tweaks, and also put their money into funding these wish lists for other teams.
Nice.
Sort of resembles like a mandatory popularity contest. However, what ended up getting the most attention were the new replicas for sale, available in the gift shop. In the last roundup, you'll remember that York Silk and Nagomi McDaniel achieved legendary status and were placed in BlazeBall's vault, and I was worried they wouldn't be playing anymore. A lesson to always believe in ILB management. York Silk and Nagomi McDaniel are now available for any team to rent from the gift shop for the season as collectible replicas. I got a bit excited, so I made my own. Season 18 saw York Silk 2 joining the Ohio Worms.
I'm sure
York
this couldn't
Silk 3
possibly
on
go
the Moist
wrong.
Talkers, Nagomi 2 on the Flowers,
All hail
Nagomi 3
management.
on the Georges, and Chorby Souls
y'all
2 through 4 on
realize
the
those are
Dale, Crabs, and
voodoo dolls specifically?
Chorby
They're
was
not
put in the
voodoo
vault for
dolls.
safety
Voodoo dolls have to
reasons
be
on account of
made
their
in a very,
massive
very
soul.
specific
Now,
way.
These teams tried to take Chorby
They're just
out of
paper
the vault
dolls
with the
or
noble goal of
straw
making
dolls.
things unsafe. However, interestingly,
They're
just creepy.
They are creepy, though. This is true.
Soul. But not all uses of these players have been quite so commendable. Since season 18, a lot more players have been vaulted, and in season 19, an exchange between the Baltimore Crabs and the Seattle Garages saw the Crabs receiving speedy base runner Avila Guzman, and the Seattle Garages receiving a replica of Alden Cash Money with 8 days
Cash
left to
money.
live. Other notable events
Alden
in
Cash
season
Money.
18, the Miami Dale and the Ohio Worms broke the record for the longest game in BlazeBall history.
Yo.
Here's one chart from Corvus of the Society of Internet BlazeBall Research showing games and how long they were this season. Tied at 3 runs each after the 9th inning, the teams proceeded to play for another 15 innings.
Oh my
Here's
god.
another chart from Frostbird of Cyber. So who won this game? It's not important, but any fans watching it definitely lost. Another huge loser in season 18 was pitcher Nerd Pacheco of the Philly Pies. Nerd had been trapped inside a giant
Cash
peanut
Money
shell
honed
and
at the
was
original
wheeled
300 for
between
20.
matches for almost 600 days before finally being pecked free by birds in season 18 and
my
emerging
God.
with a new
He's
super
free.
allergy to peanuts.
He's
Then,
free.
almost immediately, Pacheco swallowed a stray peanut and suffered the first super allergic reaction in ILB history, dropping from 15.9
That's not
stars to
true.
0.6 and
There's-
single-handedly
there's a
dragging
guy
the
who
Pies
had-
out of yet another postseason. This is
He had an
the
allergic
funny-
reaction, but it didn't count as a
Emailed the
super
roundup
allergic
to tell
reaction.
us
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Pacheco had been
E
unshaven.
difference.
Was that a battery?
I mean, it was a
Do
terrible
that again!
reaction.
I dare you! Do that again!
Why is there a
Is
battery?
that a reference?
Don't dare him.
I
he
think
will.
it's a reference to
Take on
Stephen
the Boston
Sondheim.
Flowers, and this was a close
Which is-
series between two teams. With
So
deadly
he's a
pitching rotations
musician, or
before
he's
the core
a musical writer. He's very famous in New York, and he's very famous for one time he was visiting this town, and people just started chucking batteries at him.
What the F? Why?
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Would get merch if Canada team was not called Moist. No, for real
The
though.
Moist
Like, if it
Talkers
was
are
literally
fire.
called like anything else, I would get it. Because the thing is that I don't want to go outside wearing like. Because the thing is, if BlazeBall was like super popular, then people would be like, "Oh, that's a BlazeBall thing." But like, no one knows what BlazeBall is. You know?
Yeah, that's what makes it funny.
No, but it's not funny though. Cause I don't want to walk around with a shirt that says Canadian Moist Talkers. Like, how do you even explain that?
You say, "Hey, I play for the Canadian Moist Talkers."
No, but I don't though. I'm a fan of the Canadian Moist Talkers. It's kind of like, see, the thing is that like when I wear, you know, merch that's connected to the Dream SMP, it's not very obvious that that's what it's for, right? I don't have to explain anything. Because, like, I don't want to try to explain the Dream SMP. Because, like, where do you even start? Like, you can't even start with, like, oh, it's a TV show. Because it's not. Just finish in Impaling 4 book, let's
It's a
go. Yo!
It's a collaborative storytelling using Minecraft streaming as a medium.
Now see, now you've lost every single normal person ever with the first sentence, which is literally it's collaborative storytelling. That you've already lost them. That makes no sense. What does that even mean? There's just so much that you need to explain.
I just leave it at that and just let them figure that out. It's collaborative storytelling. Huh?
No, but that makes no sense. No, because that's not explaining. That is, it's not, you know what I mean? It is funny, actually, I've been convinced.
That is what's known as trolling.
Yeah, but I don't want to troll. Okay, so if someone, but that's not the point, Keith. That's not the point. The point is if someone's genuinely asking, and then you go, it's collaborative storytelling, and then walk away, you're a dick. You know?
I mean, they're right.
Like it's like someone asked you, like, it was like, oh, what's this book about? It's in the fantasy genre. And then you just walk away. I would never talk to that person again. We're done. Like,
Finally threw a wrench in the flowers in a 5th and final game, proving that the core can perhaps fix anything because they were last in their league the season before. And perhaps the flowers still have a bit more growing to do. With season 18 finished, in season 19,
I really liked the Bert
turned
doll.
from the fans to a conflict within ILB management. But first, a brief primer on BlaseBall managers past and present. The discipline era of BlaseBall was overseen by the Shelled One, whose contributions to the league could primarily be described as bellowing, kidnapping players to create a super team in their own image, before finally going some way to redeem their legacy by getting eaten by the Monitor, the league's increasingly faithful servant who is now holding down like 4 jobs. After the Shelled One, we were all lucky enough for them to be replaced by
the head of food and
I'll
beverage.
say it, I am a fan. Under her stewardship, BlaseBall has been carried into the expansion era with wheels, ballparks, loot, the library, the gift shop, cannons, sound systems, prize matches, and who oversaw the construction of a grind rail between first base and third
it just
base?
says injuries.
The modern game is an embarrassment of riches. Are we also collapsing under our own weight and under attack from creatures than I believe? Yes, but stop getting your knickers in a twist. Look, sound systems. But now, it seems that...
Sound systems. Guys, look. Sparkly new stadiums. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Oh my God, silent partner is becoming more active. They're known as...
The eye. It watches. It be here. The eye.
The Reader, and we don't know a great deal about them. In fact, I'm not even sure I understand their vision for BlaseBall. Season 19 was,
I
in
love
this anchor's
Redacted.
eyes,
Same.
an interesting experiment? Let me explain. The Reader saw the ratification of devices known as turntables into BlaseBall lore, which, quote, cause any win earned from a non-loss to be converted into an unwin. Other changes to the beautiful game of BlaseBall suggested by the Reader... hang on, let me get this exactly right.
Yes, that's not losing, it's unwinning. There's a difference.
Make it so that one pitcher on your team throws underhanded, meaning home runs will be unruns against them. And also a change so that, quote, a team will accept unruns after each non-loss so that they only non-lose by 1 run. That's good, actually. I am so last time I read that in rehearsal. The simple way to think about turntables is that as teams won games in
I got a nosebleed when I read that in rehearsal.
Season 19, their standing in the league got lower. The good news is that without wins weighing teams down and due to the buoyant property of these negative unwins, League E-density was much improved and consumer attacks were decreased.
We're fixing the E-density problem, let's go.
Teams that then made it into the postseason
Trust me.
was a parade of butterfingered bunglers and mismanaged duffers. Probably the real winner for season 19 was forgettable batter for the core mechanics, Kelvin Drum Solo. Drum Solo endured a magnificent example of the player dedication we saw in the last roundup. After playing some matches flooded with immateria, every batter except Drum Solo on the mechanics was swept away, leaving them to play games alone. Solo, in fact. This led to a game in Season 19 on day 69,
Nice.
where Kelvin Drum
It's
Solo
dripping
was at
down his
bat
face
with
now.
bases loaded with
He's fine.
Kelvin on first base.
I don't know
Kelvin
what
on
that
second
feels
base,
like all the
and
time.
Kelvin on third base. Kelvin
He's fine.
proceeded to hit a triple, batting themselves in 3 times. And that's not all. It could be a long time before any player
Yes.
beats Kelvin's record of
Kelvin
7
Drum
runs
Solo.
scored by a
Exactly.
single batter in a single inning. Oh, I mean, it might not be that long. After all, we recently had a game where the Yellowstone Magic won with a winning score of 0 because the Charleston Shoe Thieves had a score of -0.1. Anyway, from the impressive to the deeply unimpressive again.
Negative.
Remember the dynamic duo of Uncle Plasma and Liquid Friend who were
Liquid
assigned
Friend.
to investigate player
Oh,
disappearances?
yes, those
They're
two.
still not on the same team. They still seem useless. Anyone would think that ILB management had chosen these two specifically so the crime wouldn't get solved. I mean, obviously that's not what's happening. The Season 19 finale,
Clearly.
if you can call it that, saw the Seattle
Mhm,
Garages
yep,
take
definitely.
on the Tokyo Lift, only for the
What?
Lift to raise their first
He had
championship trophy
toilet paper in his
over
nose
their
to
head.
stop the bleeding,
Fun trivia.
and then he
This is
took
the
it
4th
out.
time the Garages have made it to the finals, and the 4th time they've choked. Which it
That's
turns
not
out is
how you
actually funny.
take care
In
of
season,
whatever.
Losing is winning. But truthfully, viewers, we appear to be in a tumultuous time for BlaseBall. The BlaseBall Roundup, of course,
Clearly
has
worked.
utmost faith in ILB management. It's just not totally clear right now how much faith they have in each other. We're getting a press
Friendship.
release live from her.
What?
Yep. No, I can. Yes, I can hear her now. Yep.
I like that because it's not where his earpiece is. His earpiece is in the other ear. Uh-oh. What does that mean everybody wins? Uh-oh. This is fine. I'm sure nothing is possibly could be going wrong right now. Oh.
There's an empty chair.
Yep.
We've got some fan mail.
That's so
We're
cool.
going to start with, this is from...
Same genre
Hello,
relief?
the Anchor.
Yeah, same.
Long-time fan. Really loved that bit in the 2nd episode. Really good stuff. In the next show, we would like to know which room you regularly store your shoes. Hang on. Hello, Anchor. A reminder that health inspectors will be going door to door in your neighborhood next week as part of a routine athlete's foot screening. Please keep your shoes off and your door open. Right. Okay. Hello. We are conducting a survey on behalf of the Internet BlaseBall Trust for having information encompassing very important numerical generalities. Question 1. Approximately how many pairs of shoes do you own? Okay. Right. Charleston Shoe Thieves,
seeing
listen
a
up.
pattern
This is
here.
shoddy work. I wasn't born yesterday. Up next.
You had to think about
a
it.
letter from the Hellmouth
So that's good.
Sunbeams, or as I like to call them, the Hellermouthy Dumbbeams. Why is there money attached to this? Good morning / afternoon / period of Sun2-based activity. We at the Hellmouth Board of Anti-Tourism would like to once again extend our gratitude for your exceptional efforts.
Anti-tourism.
Making the Hellmouth seem like a terrible place with a poor BlaseBall. Oh, no, yeah, I remember now. Moving on. Up next, we have a correction, actually. This is embarrassing. So, in the last roundup, I referred to player Elizabeth Elliott as Elizabeth Elliott. This is from a Yellowstone Magic fan. Dear Anchor, it's Elizabeth, not Elizabeth, because we, the Magic, refuse to take the L. Love it. Up next, I believe
Mood.
we have several videos from several teams.
Feel that.
My crew.
I
Yeah,
mean,
my name
to be
is
fair,
actually
Elizabeth
U
is-
tier, not Ul
Oh
tier,
my
because I
goodness.
refuse to
Alright,
take the
here
L.
we go. Okay, this first video is from the Jazz Hands, who write, you may disregard
My
us,
name
but
changes
we refuse
none.
to be silent. We will stand up and speak, nay, sing for our beliefs.
Oh god.
Stage, put up your
Oh
left
my
jazz
God.
hand, then your right jazz hand,
How long is this going to go on
and then
for?
wave 'em.
Oh no.
And
Oh no. Oh.
I
Oh, you
feel
know,
the
it's
same
actually
way.
written into my contract
Pivot
that
to
I
face
will
the
never
front.
do Jazz Hands unless
and country
the Jazz
heel
Hands
drag.
win a
Stand
championship.
left,
Oh. How long does this go on
stand
for?
right. Now Latin style.
3 minutes. I can't watch all 3 minutes of this. I'll be dead at the end. Move on to the next video.
Volunteer-ite.
Our next video, the note reads, "Gedirt from
You
the
tear-ite.
Ohio Worms. After our fall from grace during season 17, we have found solace in many things.
I have
one of
arrived.
which is
Welcome,
music.
Miko.
Please
We're watching
enjoy this
BlaseBall
audio-visual
Roundup.
masterpiece."
You're gonna be here for the last video, which is gonna be really confusing for you, but that is okay.
You know, this isn't great, but it's not musical theatre. So, it actually gets 2 thumbs up from me. Finally, we have a video from the core mechanics.
Confusion is the mute today? Good.
New
Welcome,
episode of
BlaseBall.
Aslintha, musical theater edition.
No, I refuse. Dragon literally wanted to do a musical episode, and I told him
Of all
no.
the videos we've been sent so far.
He wanted to do a what?
A musical
And then it
episode.
was over. Finally,
Of which
a lot
thing?
of you got real sore about me
what do you
dissing
think?
BlaseBall's ticker
Aslintha.
in the last roundup.
Why did he want to do a
Itself.
fucking musical episode?
Because he's just like
Broadly,
that.
people seemed concerned that
'Cause it's Dragon.
BlaseBall's ticker and I
Like
are
you said
the
that,
man
I'm
who
just like,
dilates
yeah, no, that
13th
fits.
and 14th fan, respectively. My remarks might divide
This is the man who drinks
fan
Everclear
base.
for
Well,
fun.
listen
I'm
up.
pretty sure
I'm only gonna
he's
say this
a little
once.
off-kilter.
I speak the truth, right?
So it's
And
a
I'm
musical
sorry
theater?
if you can't
Yeah.
handle the truth that BlaseBall's ticker is a small-time fact regurgitator and
He eats
management
plain
stooge
oatmeal. This is also
who's
true,
only
but
gonna
apparently that's just an
disappoint any
American thing.
BlaseBall
Apparently
fan that
Americans
comes to
just
it
eat plain
for
oatmeal.
quote-unquote news.
Yeah, that does sound right.
Another letter
Which
on
is
this subject.
ridiculous.
Hey Anchor, I found this artistic rendition of the ticker. There are a few details that you'll find interesting.
Oh, good.
All right, can we bring it up so I can see
Ticker.
it?
Anchor lore? Anchor lore? Oh. Do you think he's okay? Do you think he's remembering? He knows.
Where are my shoes?
He knows. He knows. He knows.
They do cringe,
I-
it's true. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
I don't feel okay from that one.
What?
And I don't know why. I don't know why, but that last one just that image and concept just made me feel not okay.
Oh. I mean, I feel like the anchor feels the same way, you know?
He did throw up.
Let me put this into perspective on what I mean by not okay.
Okay.
I'm not like, there's no upset feeling. There's no, it's, the closest word I can think of is derealization. It's just like, reality said, the world just said, fuck you for a second. It was like I was him for a second, and my brain just went, oh, that's not right.
I mean, I feel like that was the intended outcome, to be fair.
Fair. But,
I wasn't even really paying attention to what the picture was, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Like, it just looks like how someone would draw... It looked like someone would draw, like Cecil, like, in the early days before they made him,
yes.
after they made him,
yes.
after they made him, like Tumblr's sexy man, because it's just what Tumblr did with Cecil right at the beginning, but, like, before now, when people, like, when they've started, like, so before they never used to tell people what his, like, what Cecil was wearing, ever, and so people would draw him, like, suits and stuff, and then there was a point where people were like, hold on a second, you remember during that fashion episode where he said that he was wearing this? What if Cecil just wore, like, this type of stuff, and they started drawing him, like, creepy, like, really creepy, like an Eldritch Horror, and now they just draw him, like, in, like, the most outlandish outfits. It's pretty funny.
Come on! Oh, it's so hot. That's better. Oh, leave it.
You think he's okay?
No.
Oh,
No.
It's hot.
So it makes sense why his suit was made out of paper. That's definitely, like, a costume suit. Like, look at this, like,
The shoulder pads?
Yeah, the shoulder pads are, like, there's no lining. This suit doesn't have a lining. That's why it looks like it's made out of paper.
Right. What's happened in the last 3 seasons of BlaseBall? Well, you heard it here first. Everything is fine now.
Is
Season
it?
20 of BlaseBall began with management creating a solution
Tumblr's
to the
favorite twink,
internal
yeah.
conflict we reported on
Well,
in
it
the
used to
last
be,
roundup.
you know.
Where turntables installed throughout the league were causing wins to become negative unwins.
Oh, good.
At staggering cost, a new sun has been forged and set in the heavens. Known as Sun, this second tower squares wins, causing negative unwins to become positive the real question is, how did management afford this? Well, as far as we can tell. But putting those absolutely massive fears to one side, the reader's efforts to reduce runs and wins and league-wide E-density could still be found.
Oh yeah, E-density is still a thing.
Underhanded pitchers on teams across the league are now causing home runs to score negative unruns. Players have also been made negative and are now understood to have negative gravitational mass.
Don't worry about it.
At one point, the number of birds in the
Moon,
core
Moon, now
mechanics
we get ready for
ballpark
Sun.
negative 89, suggesting either the possibility of a state of bird debt or the existence of unbirds. But by far the reader's biggest impact on BlaseBall has been the creation of the new under bracket. Just as the top teams have always duked it out in a knockout tournament to become that season's champion, starting in season 20, we now have a concurrent knockout tournament where the worst teams sort of limply wrestle one another and advance if they lose, and the team that keeps losing becomes the under champion. So now every season of BlaseBall has 2 champions. I'm very uncertain about this. If I wanted to watch the worst people perform tasks with little to no competence, I'd watch our interns try and operate our fax machine. Buy a season ticket for the Seattle garages.
Who's just like, guys, boom, I'm gonna roast everyone. I still find it really, really funny if there's no one actually there except for the other cameraman. Like, there's a cameraman, no one else is there, and he's hallucinating everyone else. That's... So what I'm trying to say here... So what I'm trying to say here is that, he can't operate the fax machine. No, Cecil has, like, there's a bunch of people in the studio. He has station management. You know?
Except unless he actually doesn't.
But he does, though. We've heard station management and other people have confirmed that they are there.
I'm referencing, like, episode 2 or 3.
Yeah. But that was... Okay, actually, though... that
was an
episode.
Like,
yeah, it was an episode. Well, it's like a paragraph in an episode. But for a really, really long time, until I think the book came out, people kind of decided that Cecil was an unreliable narrator and that everything that was happening in Night Vale was a complete hallucination, essentially, and that he was actually the only real one. And then the book came out, which was written...
just tripping.
Pretty much. And then the book came out, so like the Welcome to Night Vale book came out, which is told from the perspective of like 2 people that are not Cecil, and Cecil's like not in the book. And people were like, oh,
this
so
is,
like
legit.
Oh,
okay.
so like he is like real in this universe, and everything is actually happening this way. And see, the other theory was that he was just saying things because he had like a weird perspective on life. And, like, the world was actually just pretty normal, but everyone thinks that way because, again, the book came out. People are like, understandable, have a nice day.
Everything's actually fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Because, like, that was, like, a really, really long-standing theory, and a really, like, long-standing, like, how it kind of, like, worked for, like... Oh my god, when the book came out, there was like a lot of things. It was awesome.
The few winners of this development has been BlaseBall statisticians, as this creates a whole new category of superstar, what I'm calling the understar, or if you prefer, super twerp. Such as player Axel Cardenas, a pitcher so awful, they brought the Mexico City Wild Wings to the first ever under-bracket finals literally single-handedly, although the Wings didn't go on to win. I mean, to lose. Whatever. Can we have the underboard, please? Okay. Good Lord. Your inaugural under bracket champions were the San Francisco Lovers, who were defeated by the Mexico City Wild Wings to achieve a quote-unquote victory. Your winners of the over bracket in season 20 were the Core Mechanics, who once again produced another victory from their toolbox. Wasn't there another picture here? Speaking of crimes. After 8 seasons of ILB franchises failing to put sanctioned league investigators Uncle Plasma and Liquid Friends on the same team so they might hopefully find out anything about the disappearances troubling the league. In season 21 of BlaseBall, management declared the investigation complete and logged them in the vault that protects BlaseBall's most legendary players and objects. But ironically, this allowed team franchises to acquire replicas of Uncle Plasma and Liquid Friend. And it turns out that these blunt force objects are indeed stronger together and proceeded to start beating up consumers with absolutely sick wrestling moves off the top rope. Let's get ready to rumble! Okay, legal says we can't say that, but in discovering that we were perhaps never going to learn anything useful from these two, in season 21, fans took the investigation into their own hands.
Let's get ready to rumble. It's trademarked by the guy who said it. Yeah, I mean, like...
Trademark is the dumbest thing I have ever...
It's not, though. It's not, though. It's literally...
brilliant, but it's dumb.
I mean, he did... It's his saying, but it is trademarked. So, like, if there's another, like, wrestling thing, they can't say that.
They rushed BlaseBall's library
unless it's that one guy
to unredact the game's ancient histories. And what did they find out? I actually don't know. My crew here has been very insistent that I don't find out what's under this cardboard until the very end of the roundup, presumably to capture my reaction live. So
that's super
don't touch that dial, everybody. I'm sure this is going to be absolutely terrific news. Other news in season 21 related to an item known as the Fifth Base, a powerful artifact of unknown provenance that was gifted to Jesus Koch of the Moist Talkers in the season 19.
Yes, Jesus Koch.
The Fifth Base has an outrageous power.
Just
a
don't
player
worry about
holding
it.
the Fifth Base
Just
may,
don't worry about
during
it.
a game, place it outside of the traditional baseball
Jesus
diamond
Koch.
as a fixture, immediately getting on fifth base themselves and forever making it harder to score in that ballpark. However, it seems that the fifth base has 2 other traits. Any player who feels its call might pick it up again, and anyone who's holding it will begin traveling between different teams on something resembling a vision quest. How all of this shook out was something like The Lord of the Rings, set to pop music song Yakety Sax. Jesus first placed the fifth base in the stadium of the Philly Pies, aka the Oven, where it became a seemingly permanent and utterly loathed installation. Visiting Charleston shoe thief Richardson Games then picked up the fifth base from the Oven, to the delight of Philly fans, only for them in the same game to put it back down again, leading BlaseBall fans the world over to declare that perhaps it wasn't done yet. Beloved Philly Pies hitter Ruslan Greatness then picked up the fifth base. The Philly fans coordinated to spend a stunning 850,000 votes to return him to the team should he leave, only for him to put the fifth base back on the floor again. The base was then picked up by Pies hitter Huber Frumple, who tottered off to join the Mexico City Wild Wings and then placed the fifth base in the ballpark of the Atlantis Georgias during an away game. It then went to the stadium of the Tokyo Lift, then the Dallas Stakes, before finally pitcher Baldwin Breadwinner descended into the tunnels below the steakhouse to steal the fifth base from teammate Jason Buckley, like a kind of Bilbo Breadwinner from an athletic and distracted Gollum. However, since Breadwinner is a pitcher and not a batter, it seems impossible that they will ever put the fifth base back down again, and so will now just wander forever, sparing batters the indignity of having to run around 5 bases. Season 21 also saw some exciting
Good for them.
item plays when 4 teams simultaneously received an object called the Clutch Wooden Rock Ring from the gift shop's bargain bin. Let's be clear here. These players did not receive 4 copies of the same ring. They received the same ring and took it back to 4 different ballparks, leaving the ring in a quantum superposition where if it was damaged or repaired by any of its owners, all 4 copies would be damaged or repaired.
That sounds
to the
exciting.
delight of theoretical physicists everywhere, as BlaseBall players tried to steal the ring.
Oh, no.
For example, during a game in Dallas, they might find themselves stealing from a player in Tokyo. Your finals for Season 21 was a nostalgic
Quantum
rematch
ring.
of Season 8, with the Baltimore Crabs and the Hades Tigers once again duking it out in a Darwinian survival of the fittest. Except if we continue this analogy, you'd have to imagine a tiger that evolved on the Galapagos with no natural predators. The Season 21 Hades Tigers are somewhat hollowed out, and the crabs basically ate them. But of course, we had another champion for Season 21. Allow me to take the loser elevator.
Ah, the loser elevator.
And down at the bottom of the charts,
Your Season 21 under-champions were the Hellmouth Sunbeams, who lost in a final against the Canada Moist Talkers. And this was one
Yo,
for
let's
history books because
go.
both
Not
teams
bottom of the
were
league.
wild cards drafted into the under bracket at random.
But that's the bad
Hellmouth Sunbeams
thing.
actually only missed
Then
out
they
on
would
the
have had
under
a
bracket
thing.
by a
No, but they don't
tiebreaker.
wanna
They just then
lose.
proceeded to
They're
choke harder
so-
than a snake,
From
trying to
earlier
swallow a
history when I'm
basketball.
having a
So,
time moving it up over here.
congratulations.
Oh no. Are you putting in the
Honestly,
memes
Beams fans,
channel?
I owe you an apology because I said your
Oh, no.
championship in Season 11 was pointless because it was played under a roiling sky of Sun 2 and black holes. Well, the BlaseBall Roundup has since gained a different perspective on what our heavens can look like. Today, the skies
yet,
above
I'm,
BlaseBall are simply so
accumulating
much
for a
more
meme dump
full
near the end of
of
stream.
stars.
Oh,
We already
God.
had Sun 2, now we have some Sun. Then
Sun.
there was Sun 30.
Sun 30.
Sun point 1. Some Sun.
Some sun.
Equal Sun.
Equal
And
sun.
maximum Sun.
Maximum sun.
It seems if the reader is dedicated to reducing league-wide E-density by producing buoyant unwins and unruns,
I
then it
love all
seems
the
their
different
opposition
suns
in management
when I
is
go to bed,
dedicated to
however,
celebrating
whatever
the
is first. Fair
prowess
enough,
of our
Miko.
24-team franchises by covering them in glory and giving them new ways to win. Yes, all of these wins and runs are still forcing teams downwards towards consumer hunting grounds, but what a way to
Consumers.
go! Don't worry, I'll explain. In Season 20, 21, and 22, fans were simply given the choice of which additional multiplicative suns they would like to see in the sky. For example, Sun Point 1 causes each run to be scored by a team to be worth an extra 0.1 runs per inning that has taken place in the match.
Yo.
Now, I know what you're thinking. On a scientific level, how do any of these suns affect BlaseBall? Well, lucky for you that I was sent some instructions and explanations straight from the manufacturers. Now, these documents, if any of the eggheads are... We have another of those, right? No? Okay, that's fine because I can demonstrate myself with just a bit of extra room on the blackboard. You know what? Here's the headline. Sun arrived with a pressure gauge which is filling...
That was such a good face, is him being like, nope.
That was the most. Nope.
He was just like,
Let's
he
just
can,
not.
he can feel the redacted static happening, and he was just like, we're playing checkers. This man is playing 4D chess while on hell. No, Miko. The opposite. We're playing 4D chess, and this guy doesn't play chess.
This guy doesn't have a chessboard.
That's a joke from
This
earlier.
man is playing Candyland.
Yeah, for real. Like, that was a joke from earlier where he was just like, oh, bold of you to assume because, well, you guys are playing chess, I don't have time for chess. Yup. Yeah, no. He's just trapped here. He's trapped here by the BlaseBall people, and he's forced to do this.
He's trying his best.
And he can't do anything else. He's stuck here.
as the ILB experiences
just trying
additional
his
solar
best.
activity, from which we can infer that it can perhaps have too much pressure, and then perhaps there could be some kind of event. Now, we don't know what this event could be. I don't know
Event?
why some people we have here in the studio are worried. It's not like management is going to let her own celebratory streak endanger any of us. After all, this is the same manager who chose to put some of our most beloved players in the vault so that no harm could come to them. Your champions for season 21, I mean season 22, were regrettably the Breath Mints.
The
But
Breath
personally,
Mints.
I feel like the champion for season 22 was Breath Mints pitcher Winnie Hess, and then the rest of their team and also the Tokyo Lift were just sort of there. And with that, we're at the end of the roundup, which means that your under champions for season 22 were the Miami Darling. Why do you even put a crown on a boat?
They used to be your favorite team, man.
So now it's actually the end of the roundup, which means it's time for me and you to find out what
No, the thing,
fans
it is his
discovered
favorite team.
when
What
they
annoys him is
were
the fact that they
unredacting
keep
all those
losing so
documents
badly.
in the library, and I think I know what this is. I think
Do you?
those fans discovered what the legendary Blagan Balls are for. That's my bet. Let's see if I'm right.
This looks good. Nothing bad
wrong
could possibly
here.
be happening right now.
Boy, man.
You think he's fine? This is surreal? Yeah. Yeah. Miko, wait until we go to the website. I'm joking, we can't go to the website, it's down right now. Reset. Do you think he's- I think he's okay. This is what the inside of my brain is like. Yeah, I can see that. Do you think he's okay? I think he's okay.
He's fine. He's as good
Definitely
as
can't get worse.
First, a correction. We read a letter from a Miami Darling fan in the last
Dude, you
roundup.
never
We
say
were
that.
attributed
He's
to the
chilling?
name
Yeah, I think he's
Forrest.
fine.
Their name is, in fact, Ashland. I'm sorry. There's a lot of power in names. We got this letter from the Chicago firefighters. To the anchor, as I'm sure you're aware, the ILB lost one of its most beloved stars over the last season. Gooby Balson, the friend-shaped world touring player, was tragically incinerated. I just want to clear the air. Just because Gooby's pre-game ritual was, quote, washing the blood off, doesn't mean that he actually committed any crimes. Gooby Balson was friend to all and assuredly innocent of the incinerations of players Jose Haley, Carmelo Plums, Nick Nyong'o, and Gerard Parentheoside. Yeah, not to speak ill of the dead, but if you find yourself writing a letter to clear the air that someone did not, in fact, commit 4 homicides, then I'm just going to go ahead and say, regardless of whether you did or not, you're probably bad news. I've got a couple of letters from Canada Moist Talkers fans.
Oh boy.
James wants to thank me for my work by sending me a complimentary jar of phlegm. Moist Talkers, I can't be any clearer than this. This is why nobody likes you. Another Moist Talkers fan writes in, it was deeply unsettling to be labelled as instantly unlikable during your broadcast. As a sign of good faith and a prompt for you to reconsider your previous remarks, please accept this custom portrait of you in the traditional Moist Talker style, Minionism. Ow, ow, that's just not cool. Although what is cool is the picture that really cheered me up. Oh, also not okay. Not one, but 2 San Francisco Lovers fans sent in letters that were rather, you know, forward and mentioned seeing me in a Blockbuster video, which I don't even remember. But why would? I mean, it's not that I have anything that's against the of. If you wanted to send me that, it's okay. I'm not a, you know, but just send it to my personal email account, please, next time. This is from the Yellowstone Magic. Thank you for liking our tweets bullying the Philly Pies.
1% gang, let's go.
Yeah, that's a pleasure and a privilege, Magic fans. Up next, we've got we've got a marvelously illiterate email from the Hellmouth Sunbeams that was written by a group right after they won the season 21 under bracket. The subject line just reads, Pespy. Now, Is that our window?
Uh-oh. I'm sure it's fine.
We've just received some more fan mail. This is a free weight with a DVD attached via a rubber band.
I wonder who it's from, guys.
This is
I'm
from
guessing
Seattle
Tokyo
Garages.
Lift.
Can you put that
Oh, it's from the Seattle Garages? Okay, never mind.
Dear Mr. The Anchor, we, the Seattle Garages, the community representatives, cannot help but notice that you, A, have a single noun moniker, and B, are in contact with interdimensional entities hereafter referred to as gods in a way that is not exhibited in any non-god beings. Therefore, we would like to inform you that you have been placed on an
Oh, I've had it. I'm done with this. They know something's up. I know something's up. I'm not going to sit here and pretend anymore.
We mean all gods. In the event that you are not a god, we would like to extend our deepest condolences on your inevitable, untimely demise at their hands. Should you want a plan B, we offer a spot on our pitching rotation for when you fax out. You should have a nice, long, and leisurely rest in our shadows. Best wishes, Unrep Not Ma.
Now, I have some bad news for everyone. That was the last video.
Yep.
What the fuck just happened?
Don't worry about it.
What do you mean?
Responsive battery percentage? Never heard of her. And, yeah, so that was the last video that came out in July 18th, 2021. Now, the reason why I mostly think is because right after this, the website went down for, like, a while. And, like, by went down, I mean, like, the creators took a break. And I don't think there's been 3 seasons yet for him to make another video. So, like, yeah, it's been almost a year. But I don't... But, like... he does make, these things now. I'm assuming these are podcasts where they just kind of talk about it. Yeah, there's like a bunch of people in a Discord call.
About marble runs being an inspiration.
We have talked about that.
We talked about
And
Universal
they just-
Paperclips because we talked about that game so much when we were making it.
And they just talk, I'm assuming. Never watched these.
BlaseBall.
But that's what's being uploaded. So the channel's not dead. They haven't just forgotten about the channel. It's just...
He's like, I don't really have anything I can work with right now.
Yeah. Which is upsetting. Let's see how the website is doing so I can kind of see, like, show you guys, like, what this website looks like. Online game. Online game. Yeah, it still says, BlaseBall returns later this year. Be the first to know when the next season starts. So you can sign up for a thing. See his videos right there. That's the first video that we watched. So yeah, you can't really... There's just simply nothing to see. They have a Twitch, though. Yo? There's a BlaseBall Twitch? Oh, this is where they do their streams.
Guess there is.
That's so exciting for them. I love that for them. Yeah. So, that's BlaseBall. You know.
That happened.
Yeah?
Yup. Why do I have a message? Oh. That's what message is.
Oh. Eh.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. There we go. Why? What the F?
The F is what?
Nothing. Nothing happened. Simply nothing happened.
Nothing ever happens, Keith.
This is true. So, that was BlaseBall. Alter meme check. Meme check. Okay, we will do a meme check in a second. So yeah, that was BlaseBall. Thanks you guys for coming to watch that. I know it's not my usual spooky stream because, okay, so with, Backrooms, I've been saving some videos that we can watch, but I need to accumulate some actual good videos to watch because we've kind of gone through all the good videos. And also, I think the last time, it might not be down anymore, but the last time I was going to go through the Wikipedia, and because, like SCPs, the Backrooms has, like, a Wikipedia of, like, all the rooms, like, all the levels, where you can click on them and they have descriptions. And I would love to go through those, but the last time we went there, the website had been DDoS. So it was down, basically. And I don't know if they got it back up or not, because I haven't checked. And then there's also, like, videos that are just talk about rooms, so, like, I've been... You good? You good?
Oh, me? I'm
Yeah.
looking for memes.
Oh.
I am inspecting the memes.
Oh, I thought you, like, sneezed or something.
It was a laugh that was not contained. My brain just chose not to contain it, so it just sort of burst through my lips.
But yeah. So, it might be that. It might be, maybe next week it might be Stanley Parable because we have not played, like, the new parts of that game. Like, at all. And...
Mm-hmm.
And we need to play the new parts of the game. I didn't play it this week because I didn't really think about it, and also I wanted to talk about BlazeBall because I got reminded it existed. Yeah, so...
BlazeBall.
Yeah, BlazeBall. When it comes back, when the website comes back, we'll definitely check it out on stream, I think. Yeah. Bonk. He wanted to call it BlazeBall. It's not that. No, most people want to spell it with a Z. It was perfectly timed on my end. Oh, that's lovely. I love that for you. Okay, meme check. Here we go. Oh no. Oh no. Yup. Mood. Me too. Oh my god. Marvin! Effing Marvin! God dang it. That, oh my god. Effing Marvin.
I
legal
feel kind of out of
tender
the loop
and
here.
smelling
Who the
cake
fuck
for
is
new
Marvin?
cult kids. Marvin is an idiot from the backroom streams. He's just an idiot.
Oh, him, right.
Literally said, I don't know why this here iconic. Honestly, like, the fact that you took this one format and we're just like, bro, I have so many memes for this. Let's go. Your message is under automod, me suffering. I like how review is cut off. That's peak comedy right now. I didn't see that one. No, it's not the odd sense of humor, it's just the fact that you have so many. If someone was like, here's a meme format, go, I would probably think of maybe one thing. Like, everything, bro. For real, though. Peak evolution is crab or jellyfish. Zero so it means
Jellyfish
single,
are...
so single.
I think lobsters are immortal.
Jellyfish are immortal.
Or is it...
Lobsters are
immortal,
potentially
okay.
immortal. There is currently a cult that is trying to make the biggest lobster possible.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yes. This is a
I
whole
find it
thing.
funny that it's like Yes. There's not a group. It's like there's a legit cult trying to make the biggest lobster possible. It's like
yes, they're trying to make a lobster god.
Yeah, clearly. Because what else would you do? You know?
Yeah.
Okay, I get that I'm in a group called the Cult here, but that just seems whack. Like,
nah.
Where's your logic? How is this sea bug supposed to be your god?
Oh, would you guys like to see actually the most whack thing that Twitch is doing? Alright, guys. Are you guys ready for this? Okay, so Twitch... So, Twitch is genuinely trying to help, like, bring out new features and stuff like that. And there is a feature that they brought out. This is not the feature, by the way. There is a feature that they brought out that I think might be a potential be like, hey, you know what, Twitch? This might actually help out. But basically what it does is it gives you games that have, like, not a lot of, like, people playing the game, but the people playing the game have a lot of viewers. So it's like a game that's in demand, but there's no product, basically. And it shows you a bunch of games, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty cool on Twitch to do that. Now, in comparison to this, which is something that Twitch has done, that it gives you a recap every month of not only your channel, but also every other channel that you're subscribed to, and it will, like, tell you stats about that channel. And this is what I mean by that. Hold on. There it is. No, see, like, yeah, it would be fun if it was numbers, except that it's not really. Well, it is kind of, but like, in the way that, like, Spotify recap is numbers, you know? So, like, yeah, technically it is. But, like, here, I'll show you. Let's check out what you achieved together in May. So, when they mean together, they mean myself with myself, but usually you would do this on someone else's channel. Are you guys ready for this? Apparently, I've streamed for 1 day and 12 hours in total this month. Like, in the month of May. So I've streamed for, like, a day and a half. That's a lot of time.
Not really. For a whole month, that's really not that much time.
It is, though. That's...
1 day straight?
Yeah, so that's... Hold on.
A day and a half straight. That's 30 hours. That's 32 hours.
So that means 1 hour a day, roughly.
Oh, yeah, a work week is like 40 hours.
Yeah, but I don't stream I don't stream for 8 hours a day.
Exactly my point. It's like... It's really not that much. You watch more TV than that.
I don't. I don't watch TV, period.
You watch more streams than that.
I mean, I guess. It's a long time. See, I don't stream every day, and then days I do, I stream 2 hours a day. But, like, it's a lot. It's a lot. 43 minutes a day.
I stand on the fact that it's really not that much.
Okay.
It seems like a lot, but it's really not.
Alright, Keith. Come back when you also stream 2 hours a day.
I simply will not.
Exactly. So apparently, Ultra Eye, is winning now. It used to be the knitting noodle one used to be my top used emote by a lot. And now it's not. Now it's second place to just the I one. At 190 times. Streaming average under an hour. Streaming consistently is tiring AF. Yeah, see, like, I do stream almost every single day. And the times I don't are, like, when I really can't stream. It's, like, it got to the point where, like, at one point, like, that basically I had to take a week off of, streaming. I'm pretty sure that was this month, like, in May, was the month that I had to take a week off, which is probably why it's so much lower than every other month. But it's still quite a bit, to be fair.
Yeah, to be honest, you really needed that
So
break.
there you go. You guys have put 9,171 messages in chat this month. Good job, everyone.
Out. This month, not even like for the year. It's like just this month. For the year, it's probably over. Let me just think real quick.
I would love that.
12 times that.
Well, it's probably not 12 times that exactly.
12 times 9.
But yep, good job, everyone. Good job. This is the one that really confused me because it's like, oh, you streamed 12 times this month, which seems very, very low. Because, again, I basically stream every single day, so I don't know where these days went where I didn't stream. Because that's, like, that seems very, very low. But, like, there was a week where I didn't stream, but even then. So this number confuses me. This is just telling me how long I've been subscribed to myself, which is, you don't pay to be subscribed to yourself, you just are, because then you can use your emotes for free. It's just like an unlimited subscription, so I don't pay for this. It's just like, you have this. So this is basically just telling me how long I've had affiliate, I guess. Which is 9 months, apparently. Oh, these are my top clips from May. My top clip being... Oh god, hold on. Let's make it so that it's actually... My top clip being... Oh, okay, fair enough.
Branding, embrace Catboy.
If someone doesn't put that in out of context quotes, what is even the point? Yup. Oh, it got me back to the beginning. Yeah, I've been affiliate for 7 months. See, I don't know what any of these other ones are. Like, what's this? What are you?
Cute. Billy, I've made a room and you're gonna love it.
Is it comforting?
It is comforting. It's very comforting.
Oh, that's wonderful. Is the comfort cube still okay?
Cute.
It's okay.
Wonderful.
God, someone needs to clip this.
Cute. I can see that they're like laughing at me. Like I can feel like they are. See, I never knew what they said here because I have my headphones on. The swag? Is there really though? Are we sure?
Words were spoken.
What's this one? Oh, me or a microwave or something that like got like thrown across. Oh, this man said, "Oh, like let me hide in here for a second. This will work out."
I mean, to be fair.
Filter emojis is cute. Not gonna lie, I want to do like that. It's cool, right?
There he is.
All right, guys, you know what to do. We need plushies.
Guys, it is coming in there. It is coming in there with you. You're going to a dead end. That's because Liam said, "Oh, we need blushies." I think. Okay, you can see me saying, "I pet the doggo." Yeah. So, this is the cube, by the way. Here's the cube. Cube. We still have cube. It just sits beside my desk. Yeah, and then after that, it's just being like, "Hey." You did it. Guys, I want to know what it does if I say share the love. What does that do? Oh, I can give subscriptions. That's really cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so that exists now. Yeah, it's because, okay, so here's the thing. So from what I understand, because it gave, okay, so this is what I understand from this. Okay, so if I go to, like, see, like, look at this. It gave me, like, a little notification that I can go to, like, now hold on a second. It gave me, like, a notification that I can go to, like, yeah, I can get my monthly recap for, like, anyone that I'm subscribed to. So here we go. Here we go. You guys want to see Billy Bumbles? Let's see Billy Bumbles. Billy Bumble has streamed for 3 days and 23 hours in this month. Hi, Billy.
I repeat, and you said you had a lot of hours.
I did.
Nope.
Billy Bumble also streams for 8 hours a day, twice a day, basically. I do stream for quite a bit of hours. Billy is an outlier. Like, it would be like, oh, guys, this game has an average of like 10,000 people watching, and it's because there's one streamer that has like 5,000 people, and the rest of the 5,000 is like distributed between like 100 other people. But the average is whatever, right? It's like Billy's an outlier. Yeah, and like honestly for me as well, like any other month it would be more. Like I stream for like 2 hours like almost every single day. Like there would be like, I think like Saturdays are like the only day I don't consistently stream. It was just that this week I had like, or this month I had a week off. Oh, unable to get recap data. Bruh. Oh, 6,782 chat messages. Yo. Billy Bumble has streamed 24 times this month. I have a 4 months badge. That's so cool for me. Oh, there are some clips. Your top viewed clip is the clip of you dying in the hardcore world. I was gonna watch it, but that might be upsetting.
Balanced, as all things should be.
Yup. Here, let's go to Ninjors.
Oh no, mine's super low.
Uh-oh. Stream for 9 hours this month.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Ninjors scared me. I streamed 3 times this month.
Yep, that also sounds accurate.
I have a 9-month sub to you. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Ew.
Have I hit a year anniversary? I think I have.
I don't know.
I genuinely don't know when I started streaming. So, like...
There is a clip, but I don't know what the clip is, and I'm afraid. Okay, who else do I have on here? I mean, we have Mischief and Spoons. We might as well, right? I know when I started streaming, lol. Yeah? 14 hours. 131... Yup. 7 months. There were seven times this month. Yup. 5 months? Yup. I just like, okay, so I get what Twitch is doing here, kind of, but not really. You know?
What?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Kickbird.
Hi. Why the fuck is this? Oh, never mind. Oh,
You
everything
okay?
is fine. Okay, never mind. My bad. My bad.
Okay, what's going on?
Discord was just saying there was no input, but I am inputting. Anyway.
You are in fact present.
I am.
every single clip here is from when we were reading My Immortal, and I can't click any of these. Oh, but I can click this one. Cakebird, you're in this one.
Wait.
Chat.
Oh
It's
no.
called chat.
Are you sure you can't click the one where my fantastic ringtone is from?
Anyway, as you were saying. So sorry, just needed to take a recording break. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have a recorder.
Yeah, recorder break.
Yeah, yeah,
Spoons,
I'm
you
hearing
are
none
just
of this.
delightful.
Chat. It's called
It's fine,
chat.
it's for chat.
I'm just gonna mute that.
Mute what? Take live streamed
The stream.
Clip, god damn it.
Oh, it's fine. Alright. Think I'll stream a while. Oh, fair enough. The real star with rare reason.
What do I have on the...
We got a famous speed rubber in chat. Yo.
Yo.
Miko, I was listening to you making like music on stream for a little bit, but I was also doing something else at the same time. So like, you know, wasn't paying too close attention. So don't ask me any questions about what happened because I simply do not know.
Ooh, Celeste.
Yo, let's go. That sounds fun. I actually opened up Twitch to find someone to raid and then got distracted by the feature that Twitch decided to implement into Twitch. Into Twitch. Oh.
Twitch do be implementing things and then telling you to spend money.
Well, I mean... Yeah, you're kind of right though, because it does ask you to gift subs right at the end of it. I was like, what are you talking about? They don't ask you to give money, and then I realized what you were referring to. I don't know. I just don't know. Like, it asks you to share it, and I'm just like, but where am I sharing this to?
Yeah, share back to the community.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Twitch, man. Twitch.
That's not bad.
Twitch just be like...
But the other cool thing they added of the audio and visual only. That's pretty cool.
What are you talking about?
They added special badges so you can tell if someone joined your chat and is an audio only or visual only viewer or listener.
Whoa, that's odd.
Interesting.
Like, how can you... What are the badges look like? What do you mean?
It only showed me one, so I have no clue.
Oh, that's whack.
Yeah.
So is that like the idea of that, like when someone's like only, like when they mute you or something?
I think it's something you put on yourself, to my knowledge. I haven't really looked into it. I just saw a little notification. Like, oh, cool.
That's interesting. Twitch. Audio only for just chatting. Yeah, so like, okay, so like for instance, when I used to listen to Twitch streams when I was at work, I would make it so that it was on audio only, so it would use less data on mobile, because it would only, like, it would only be processing the audio and not the video of it, so it'd use significantly less data to like have it running while I was at work. But visual only, I don't know what that would be for. I guess if you were to be like, oh, I want to be a viewer, but I don't want to mute this because then it makes it so you're not a viewer, I guess. I know
or
you can
you
make...
just don't have headphones and you can just watch it.
Or if you just can't hear in general.
Yeah, but then
Well,
if you can't hear in general, why would you even have your volume on at all, ever?
Wait, what does this have to do with volume?
So, like, so putting it on, like, visual only on is a setting. that you can do on your phone.
Oh, I wasn't. I don't think it's a setting. It's just a badge indicator saying that this person will only sees it. It's just like a let the streamer know kind of thing, not a.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a thing that gets put on when you change the settings.
No, from what I saw, it's just a badge, and that's all there is.
Ooh, understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna rate someone because I am tired. I had 5 hours of sleep.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because
get some sleep.
Because of the editing thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the fact that there is a fantasy sports tag. That's funny to me. And we were in that tag. Go to bed. Well, okay, so, nice. Like, guys, like, it wasn't, like, my choice. It wasn't like, oh, I made poor planning decisions, and now I only had, like, I literally had gotten the episode that day in the morning to edit, and then had to go to work, and then came back from work, and then edited it. But you can choose now? Yeah, that's why I'm rating someone, so I can go to bed. Bruh. Y'all are treating me like a child.
Okay, you tier-ite.
You tier-ite?
You tier-ite. I don't know who I want to raid. None of my friends are live. Like, absolutely no one I am following is live.
Scatter.
We could scatter. See, usually I would just go in the category that I'm in, but I'm in just chatting. And just chatting.
Oh boy.
It is the worst one. Ooh, who's this person? Liam, this better be a cool person.
Yes, critical role.
Critical role?
Guys, the bio is just, I draw and game. Role. I cry often. You can even watch me cry.
Wait, what?
That's the... Wait. Liam gave me
Crying
a
is good
link
for the economy.
That's a hardcore streamer that Billy rated the other day. They're pretty cool.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah.
Guys, but their bio is literally, I draw and game. I cry often. You can even watch me cry.
Wait, but I'm so confused. Okay.
Huh. This sounds like the kind of person who reads my immortal.
No, it doesn't. Trust me. As someone who has read My Immortal, no one is a type of person who reads My Immortal.
It just happens to you.
Like, it's just something that you read because
everyone.
Like, yep. Anyways, we're gonna rate this person. Is that a compliment? No. No. Not at all. My Immortal is literally considered the worst fan fiction ever written. No one read that because they actually liked it. No one liked that. Okay, have fun rating, gang. I'm off to watch a kid's show for an hour before sleeping. Fair enough. So tomorrow, Friday. Friday is usually the day I do an early stream. So I'm gonna do an early stream. I don't know if I'm gonna be... I'm probably gonna be knitting. Let's be real.
Let's be honest, you're gonna knit.
Yeah, but I think I don't know what day yet because I have to find out when my brother is not working. But basically, I want to go onto the Watchers SMP, define early. Usually like the afternoon. So usually I try to make it so it's like friendly for East Coasters, so kind of like 3, 4-ish, sometimes 2 o'clock, Pacific Standard Time. Like that kind of early, so that like East Coasters, because like when people on the East Coast watch me, my stream will end at like 1 a.m. for them. So try to do an earlier one.
Hello, plain oatmeal consumer.
Hello.
Hello.
I just got home from work,
you're coming from the end of the stream. We're done now.
Oh fuck. I literally just got home from work.
That's upsetting for you. Yeah. So, but there is one day that I want to go on the Watchers SMP with my brother and sister, ideally, because my brother is the one that has all of the colored wool, and we're gonna be making a pride flag on the Watchers SMP.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but my brother's the one that has all the colored wool, and I'm pretty sure he works all weekend, so we'll see when that actually happens. It might be on Monday. Who knows? Honestly, we'll see what happens. Yup. Also, I don't know, like, maybe I'll like... Yeah, we'll see what happens. Tomorrow, though, early stream. Unrecognized username? I copied it.
Whoa.
Did you add a space?
Yeah.
When you
Just didn't work.
copied?
Alright, guys, so we're rating them. They're playing Battle Block Theater. They're playing with someone else because Battle Block Theater. You guys go say hi. Have fun. Have a good night. Bye.
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 Hey.
Goodbye, adventurers.
They're gone. They're already